Welcome to another exciting edition of Ringside Rants brought to you by W Energy Drink. If you don't know what it is, go to w.gg, put in Ringside Rants 10% off, get your 10% off all your W Energy needs and then some. Really, really good stuff. I highly recommend it. Uh, to my right tonight, we have Josh, also known as Bad Karma, and me, as always, just my LC. Before we get started, Josh, last week, I know we hit on a couple of things. Was Hogan still alive whenever we were doing?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say, Gen X got their asses handed to them last week, man. We lost our childhood last week, man,
Yeah,
and a little bit of this week too. We'll get into that.
right. Yeah, we've lost. Let's see, we lost Malcolm Jamal Warner,
Steel
also
Hooks.
known as Steel Hooks. Yeah, we lost Ozzy Osbourne, one of the greatest. I would say the grandfather of heavy metal.
Oh yeah,
I would really say that. I mean, the dude was bigger than life,
yeah.
bigger than life, and we were talking about him last week, man, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Hulk Hogan passes away.
Yeah, the next,
Very
yeah,
late.
I think quite literally the next day.
Yeah, man, it was insane, dude. And you know, if you didn't notice what I got on here, I got Tuesday Night Maniacs, brother. You know, I just it ain't paying homage to the one Terry Bollea. I mean, he is a very controversial person, and I am not going to stick by anything that the man said that was racial or controversial. I will stay by this: the man, without him being in professional wrestling, we would not have professional wrestling today.
Oh yeah, agreed.
I mean, come on, man. Say your prayers, eat your vitamins. I mean, that right there was like some. That was some like elementary slash middle school days, man. Whenever Hogan would say that, you know, and he wasn't my favorite wrestler. I'll tell you all that too. I mean, Ultimate Warrior was my favorite wrestler, and yes, I know at the time I never knew he was a freaking crazy person, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he
it's crazy.
like. Well, I won't say he was crazy, as he's more controlling.
He yelled at kids and called them fucking pieces of shit.
Well, what was that was his
Train.
NWO days, yeah.
No, that was just him training kids, just training kids.
Really?
Yeah. You want to be a warrior? I don't want to be a warrior no more.
Oh,
There was
well,
kids crying and everything.
you got to remember it was the 80s and 90s. There's no video evidence.
Oh, there was video evidence. You can YouTube it. You can actually YouTube him yelling at kids, dude. I mean, I'm dead serious. It's pretty brutal, pretty graphic, and it's pretty scary. And I'm glad I was, you know, of the age where I didn't really pay attention as much back then because I was too busy to the wars.
Well, you got to realize that nobody really covered that. There was
No.
there was no TMZ when we were younger. Hell, not even the 90s. There was not even TMZ with all the news station that was.
No,
on.
you had ET Insider.
That's about it. That's all we had, and they didn't cover wrestlers.
If they did, it was because it was something crazy happened.
Like the scandal, the steroid scandal.
Everything bad, wrestling. Anything good? Oh, let's talk about dog shows.
But Hulk Hogan did change the landscape. He did with the help of Vince McMahon. Them two changed the landscape of wrestling. It would not be where it is today. I mean, I'll admit, like I said, I got it because of Hogan. I got into wrestling. It's like I saw Rocky too. I want to know who that guy, that big ass guy was. My uncle was a wrestling fan, so like I said, I started watching wrestling in between WrestleMania 1 and WrestleMania 2. So that's my timeline.
Yeah.
So then at the time Hogan was the champ, and You know, say your prayers,
Eat
and
your
all that
vitamins,
stuff.
bro.
Eat your vitamins, drink your milk, and everything. Well, that's more Owen Hart right there, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And you know, it captivated me when I was a kid. So, oh, as I say, as they say in the business, get that hook into people, man. It got me. It got me.
Dude, it was always going to get us. You know that.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say is like I was fortunate enough to see him wrestle live quite a few times. I remember the first time it was Rosemont Horizon and outside of Chicago. Um, it was him versus Paul Orndorff, and if I think the stipulation was if Hogan cheated, he lost the title.
Hmm.
It was not as a non televised one, so it was like basically a glorified glorified a house show. So the Rosemont Horizon is what's known as the Allstate Arena today.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
So
dude, the very first time I was ever introduced to Hulk Hogan, man, was 1985. I was 5 years old, and I went to my local VHS or local mom and pop shop to go rent a movie.
mhm.
It was called All Star Video. I walked in. It was in Chickasaw, Alabama. I walked in. Mom was like, "Go pick you out a video game. I know you want to play a video game." And I was like, "Nah, maybe." Started walking around and I seen wrestling for the very first time. And I remember looking. There was two different videos, man. It was WrestleMania 1 and WrestleMania 2.
And two was two tapes. I remember that.
No, 4
Two
was
tapes.
two tapes. 4 was two tapes. Um, so I rented one, got home, watched it. I was like, whoa. And then I was like, man, I'm hooked. So I started trying to find anywhere I could to watch wrestling. And it started coming on at 11 a.m. Sunday mornings.
Mm-hmm.
Superstars. And
Yes.
dude, I mean, I knew it was on cable before that, but I didn't have no way of watching cable. We didn't have cable when growing up. So I watch Superstars. And every now and again you get one good match and the rest of it be just, filler and blah blah blah. Well,
U.S. Special Delivery Jones matches.
Brooklyn Brawler matches,
Yeah.
Barry Horowitz matches at the end of the Superstar run.
Bastion Booger. Mm.
Well, Bastion Booger was in the 90s.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there was a lot, and then I went back the next weekend and I rented WrestleMania 2. And that was Hulk Hogan versus King Kong Bundy, and that was really cool. And then after I watched that one, I rewatched the first one, and then the next, and I waited, dude. I was waiting and waiting and waiting, and then I seen WrestleMania 3 come in, and dude, he had one copy of it, and I remember renting it,
Nice.
and dude, it was so good to me, dude, because that's whenever I watched Macho Man Randy Savage versus Ricky Steamboat. And to this day, dude, that was a great match. It still stands up. But there's all kinds of stuff like WrestleMania 3 was a turning point, in my opinion, where other things were happening. But as we're talking about wrestling and what we came through and everything, but Hogan was always on the cover. He was the main event. He was always the main event.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, why is this dude the main event? But then I realized
He was
in
the champ.
WrestleMania 2, he got the shit kicked out of him by King Kong Bundy, dude.
Oh yeah. Well, he was already messed up because of Saturday night's main event. Paul Orndorff betrayed him,
Mm-hmm.
and King Kong Bundy splashed him a couple times.
Yeah, yeah. And he went to WrestleMania 2 wearing the white bandages around the waist.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is cool. I can dig it. But as a kid growing up watching this stuff, man, and to the day, like nowadays, like we don't have all that 25, 30-minute storytelling in the ring no more. We really don't. We don't have that psychology. All you have now is let me get my shit in, do some cool moves, pose to the crowd, and get the hell out of the ring. I mean, am I wrong?
Pretty much.
I mean, I would love to say I'm wrong, dude. I would bet money that I was wrong, but I'm not wrong on this aspect because every time you think about it now, even at AEW, whenever they first came out, they were hardcore about it. Let's get our shit in, boom, everybody gets over, boom, let's go home. WWE has came a long way trying to do ring psychology. I'm going to say this, and this is the God's honest truth. The women have more psychology in the ring than the men do in WWE. True story, dude. True story.
Better outfits.
I mean, huh?
Better outfits too.
Oh yeah, of course. But but that's goes without saying. But in all honesty, though, man, I mean, the women put on a better show than the men do, and that's crazy. If you think about it, it's kind of crazy because when I look at it is the men, there was no women wrestling back in the day, and they were putting on a hell of a show.
Man, the only one I remember is Wendy Richter. That's it.
Yeah.
Wendy Richter, Cyndi Lauper, and what was it? What's her face? Fabulous Moolah. There you go.
Yeah. And that was about it. I mean, that was about it back in the day, especially in WWE. I mean, we didn't get all the women wrestling that you see in like in NWA to WCW back in the day. But flash forward to today's time, dude. I mean, everybody's wrestling everybody in a lot of these companies. GCW have men versus women, women versus women, dudes versus whatever. It's like equal opportunity ass kicking show. TNA did it too. I mean, TNA had Tessa Blanchard as their world heavyweight champion.
Well, Andy Kaufman was the first one to do that. Mm-hmm.
Wait, what?
Andy Kaufman.
I know who he is, but what do you mean? He was the first one to do what?
He was the intergender champion. He used to wrestle women all the time.
That is right. Yeah, he was the intergender champion.
That's right. Yeah, very horrible.
Yeah, him and Jerry Lawler came up with that whole stick, dude. That was really good too. That was really good shit back in the 80s. So they got a lot of fame, man. A lot of fame with Andy Kaufman and Jerry Lawler. Andy Kaufman should still be around, dude. I mean, I hate to say it, dude. Andy Kaufman was probably one of the greatest minds of comedy of all time, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
But we're straying off a little subject there a little bit.
I know. But we got to talk about the man himself, Like I said,
not just him, man. I mean, just everything that's happened, man, in the last week and a half. We had, like you said, Ryan Sandberg's passed away. We had Hulk Hogan. We had Theo. We had Ozzy. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. I mean, it's scary, man. If you think about it in today's time and our age,
that our heroes are going,
dude. Not just going; they're almost all gone. I mean, think about it. Literally, think about it. Who's left in the realm of metal?
I know we were talking about this a little bit off air, but yeah, it's like we were rattling off names, and it's like, what was it? We named off Hillbilly Jim. Is left.
The model Rick Martel, Tito Santana, Jake the Snake Roberts,
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat,
Beefcake, Greg the Hammer Valentine, Honky Tonk Man, Jimmy Hart, Tatanka. I mean,
Ric Flair.
Woo!
I mean, Sergeant Slaughter. I mean, is Ric Flair gonna be our Keith Richards for wrestling?
I don't know, man. Maybe, but if you think about it, though, man, we still have Hacksaw. We still have dude, we still got a couple of good people left, man. Like some big
Yeah.
names. I
It's
mean,
so,
if you think about it, we still got some pretty big names out there,
yeah.
but none of them come close to Hulk
Hogan.
Hogan.
Yeah.
The only one that comes close to Hogan is Flair,
Yeah.
and maybe the Hitman.
Yeah. He's from that time area, man. He Bret Hart, WrestleMania 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you had and there's so many, dude. There's so many.
Yeah. Man, shoot,
Muhammad Ali was at WrestleMania 1.
Muhammad Ali. Who else? Liberace.
Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard.
Was Sugar Ray Leonard there?
I think.
No, because Muhammad Ali was a special guest referee. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
I know Muhammad Ali, Liberace was there.
Yeah.
I think Ozzy was at WrestleMania 2. Or am I thinking of Alice Cooper?
I think Alice Cooper was there with Cyndi Lauper. That was WrestleMania 1, though, wasn't it?
No. No, Cyndi Lauper. No, Cyndi Lauper was at WrestleMania 1. She was at WrestleMania 1. I remember that. And 2.
Mm-hmm. Who was that? Wasn't it Pam Anderson at one of the WrestleManias in the 90s?
Yes.
Also.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Dude, I'm telling you, man, it blows my mind to even think that Hogan's gone, man. Like, everybody was ripping on Hogan, man. Oh, he's a racist. He's that. He's this. That's cool, man. I mean, but now he's gone. I mean, you got to have something good to say about him. Something.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'll have something I would say. Like I said, it's like, can I defend his actions? No, I can't. I can't. You can't. But am I still a fan of him? Yes. Yes, I am.
Because you can actually separate
Yeah.
the man and the character.
Yeah.
Then that's cool, man. Because I can do the same. I can respect his work without having to respect him. Because I mean that's who we're. Because I mean Hulk Hogan was a character. Terry Bollea was the person. So yeah, I can agree with what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're
we got 6 watching right now. How you doing, guys? Sound off. Type in your.
I think a lot of them are going to be nice to us tonight.
Huh?
I don't think any of them are going to be nice to us.
Uh-oh. Well, anyways, I'll say hi to them because I don't know who they are. Hello.
Hello.
It's like shout out your Hogan memory, man. It's like, yeah.
My first, like, honest to God, truthfully, dude, the greatest Hogan memory I have is WrestleMania 6 whenever he lost to Ultimate Warrior.
Oh yeah, that was supposed to be the Warriors' biggest push and turned out to be a.
Yeah, exactly. It was terrible. It was terrible, man. But if you think about it, going back to it, if they actually had the machine behind them like they said they did, then why didn't they push him to the moon, man?
They were going to. There's a couple documentaries where they try is like that Warrior was supposed to be the next level and everything, but they realized that something's off.
Well, I mean, think about it too, though. Papa Shango, or the Godfather, or Kama Mustafa, whatever you want to call him.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't call that in Hogan's era. That's more what I would call Generation 2.
Huh? WrestleMania 6 was in the 80s.
Was Papa Shango at WrestleMania 6?
No, it was WrestleMania 7.
Damn.
Papa Shango was the shit, dude. I'm sorry. I'm being dead serious.
Now that I remember, is like, yes, you know what? You're right, because Ultimate Warrior, he went against Ultimate Warrior. So, okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. So he's part of that. He's part of that era right there too.
Damn, dude, that's crazy. What about Double J Jeff Jarrett?
Um,
Dude, he's been wrestling since the '80s, even though he wasn't part of a big company.
he worked for his dad, so
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's part of that old timer group too. If you want to think about it, man. What is it? JEFF JARRET.
Jeff Jarrett.
I like me some Double J, man. Slap nuts.
Oh, he's still going. Well, he has actually wrestled in a while,
Dude, but it's Jeff
he's still,
fucking Jarrett. Dude, he's like, and I know this sounds crazy, like NASCAR themed rather. He's our Dale Earnhardt, damn it. He is. You know he's gonna crash and burn. You just can't wait for it to happen.
ain't it? But let's see. I'm trying to
I
think.
mean that in the nicest way possible. I think Jeff Jarrett's an amazing man. I really do.
Yeah. That's one of the, like I said, I talked about one of the first memories of seeing Hogan live was at the Rosemont Horizon, which is now the Allstate Arena. Him going against Paul Orndorff. So I know Paul. Wait,
Mr.
Paul
Wonderful.
around?
Mr. Wonderful? I think Mr. Wonderful passed.
Yeah, that's another. That's another one.
I think Mr. Wonderful passed away. Yeah, he died in 2021, man.
Okay.
But he was born in 1949.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Mr. Wonderful. He was born in Brandon, Florida. He wrestled for. He had football, of course. He watched championship wrestling from Florida in the mid '70s. He called his father-in-law, who knew someone who knew Florida promoter Eddie Graham, who got his start in the wrestling business right then and there. In 1976, at Mid-Southern Wrestling, Paul Orndorff feuded with a young Jerry Lawler. There's another one right there, man, from the '70s, Mr. Lawler. Ernie Ladd, Big Cat. He passed away, didn't he?
I don't think so.
Huh. It says was, so yeah, he's probably passed. And then the Mass Superstar. Let's see. Jimmy Snuka. Baron Von Raschke. Baron Von Raschke's still alive, dude. There's another one.
I'm trying to think of another Hogan memory that I have. I think the next time I seen Hogan was WCW, and it was the NWO era, and that's when they were going to the United Center.
Yeah. And then you had, here's a name for you, dude. Oh, he's passed away, but Dirty Dick Slater.
Oh, yeah, he's dead. I know that.
Jimmy Golden's still around. Remember Bunkhouse Buck?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still around. Norvell Austin, he's still around too. Dennis Condrey's still around. Oh, you already know Dr. D is still around.
Dr. Death?
No, Dr. D, David Schultz.
Oh, David Schultz. Oh, damn, I forgot about David Schultz. Yeah, he's still kicking.
Randy Rose.
I think he's like a bounty hunter.
Who? Dr. D?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Oh, here's another one. Michael P.S. Hayes.
Oh shoot! Well, how did we forget him?
I don't know, man.
I think there's only 2 free birds left. The other one, Buddy Rogers, right?
Yeah. What up, brother?
There we go.
What's going on, guys? I'm just about ready. I'm getting ready to put her in the oven. I've been working on this jambalaya for 2 hours.
Man, you don't want to hear no bullshit. You hear bullshitting all the way over in New Orleans.
I'm not in New Orleans, bro.
Where you at then?
I'm in the swamp. I'm in Vashford.
Okay. Okay, so he's in New Orleans. Hey, guess what I'm drinking tonight, gentlemen?
What? I'm gonna get the wooden spoon.
Another Blue Steel.
Oh, the blue balls. Okay.
Yeah, the blueberry sour. I love it, dude. I love it. It's really good. Tastes just like blueberries. I like it. But
yeah, we're talking about we're going over the list of old school wrestlers that's still around, and plus,
I gave out some good names.
Trying to come up with some Hogan memories. Ever seen Hogan wrestle live?
Did I ever see Hogan wrestle live? No, I did not. The one time I was, or I could have, they were in Disney and they were on tour at the time. So I got to see an empty ring with lights on as I drove by, or as we rode by.
Oh man, I only got to see him twice, and they were both house shows. One of them was against Bad News Brown, and the other one was against who was that gentleman? Wasn't Ted DiBiase? It was IRS.
Hi.
Oh, there's another old school wrestler right there that we didn't think of.
Erwin Arsheister, yeah.
Oh, I always forget. I gotta drop this thing now. One more before I put it in.
Like I said,
so I mean, you're making jambalaya, bro?
There we go. Look at that, boy. Go on in.
Ooh, I can smell it from here, bro. I can smell it from here.
Oh, it didn't start to cook. I mean, I browned some stuff, but now it's gonna cook. Now let's set our timer.
What's up, big country? How are you, my brother?
It is hotter than a Mexican.
I
live 150 miles from it, so I'm feeling Mexican heat. I was going to say something about spicy food, but the name escapes me. So,
what was your name again?
It's hotter than a jalapeno.
There you go. No, man, it's warm out there, dude. It was 110 degrees today, gentlemen. Here, 110.
Man, it was about 91 up here, but man, like I said, working in that mill, it ups the degrees a little bit.
I got to cut all my grass and weed eating this shit.
Dude, if I was up there, Josh, I wouldn't even be breaking a sweat, bro. I'd be loving it. You come down here, you die.
Man, you wouldn't handle the humidity up here, man.
Yeah, right. I don't know if you ever been
maybe George could do the laps around here, but man, I don't think you can handle the humidity up there.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is what we call the devil's asshole here, brother. It's so damn. You walk outside, your nuts sweat, your ass sweats. It's fucking terrible.
And then you got. I was doing all that with a weed eater after our lawnmower, trying to beat dirt. We got nonstop rain for like over 7 days coming.
Yeah, I know, dude. That is insane. I'm so happy. God, I'm so happy.
I'm not happy about it. You know what that's gonna mean the week after? We're gonna be boiling at like what feels like under 25.
Yeah, true story. True story.
Well, I got a little something special for tonight.
Oh, that's terrible. That's just got formaldehyde in it. You can keep that.
Bro, that's what rated the #1 healthiest beer on the market by doctors. That don't have formaldehyde in it. 4 ingredients.
Yeah, formaldehyde, beer.
There's 4 ingredients in Heineken. It's the any doctor will recommend Heineken Light to any patient that can have a little bit.
This is not bad though, man. I mean, it's sour. It's good. It's delicious. It tastes like blueberries. I mean, it's like the greatest thing since sliced bread.
This tastes like weed.
So, like I said,
this tastes like weed.
Yeah, that probably is. So we're like I said, we're going over Hogan stories and memories of matches that we've seen. I know country we've been to I think we've been to at least one WCW one or no.
We went to that house show, but Hogan wasn't on the card.
Yeah.
The
I
main
went
event
to
was
one
main event was Hall and
WCW.
Nash, or it was Hall and X-Pac. I can't remember, but I know if you look up on the archives, you can find it. So, yeah, I was actually watching a lot of Hogan stuff after he passed. Come on, in or out, dumbass.
Did you go watch any of his Awesome Ass Japan stuff?
Well, I was thinking about. Actually, I've got a lot of Hogan takes, and honestly, the worst thing that ever happened to wrestling was suspending kayfabe. Worst thing, because when you go back and watch the golden era, it's so good. The crowds are so good. They're not trying to critique a 5-star match. They're not trying to see a suicide dive. They're not exposed to anything insane. And they're just all about the message of the good guy versus the bad guy and the good storytelling. And it made me realize that once they ushered that era out, wrestling's kind of sucked since then. Realistically, has sucked. It's way more athletic now and it's way more physical. But when you don't have like a Brett versus Shawn legit beef, even, what do you really got? Because like I saw something with when I see stuff with heels on general, YouTube, and it's just the era we live in anymore. It just sucks. Like, you're supposed to portray somebody that we boo on television, but in real life, if you saw the Macho King and you were a kid, right, and he's a bad guy with Sherry, you're not going to get that dude's autograph. You're not going to want to buy his shirt. You never saw a heel shirt, and when you talk about Hogan in Japan, I mean, I know it's a different ball game there, but Hulk Hogan is one of the smartest ever because he didn't have to do, the spirit, the Japanese style. He didn't have to do strong style in America. And quite honestly, those wrestlers in the 80s had longer careers because of it. Now they had shorter lives because they were pumping themselves full of steroids and, cocaine 80s and living like peak masculinity with some of that stuff and running wild. But
Cream of the crop, yeah.
that's it. But like, if you watch the promos, the energy, just like vintage WWF from 1982 to till Hogan went to WCW. His whole run is unmatched, and it'll never be like that again. It's sad, because now you got a bunch of guys. Like, I was thinking about AEW, and I was watching a couple shoot interviews at work or listening to them, and there's some validity. I know Phil's not here, but there's some validity to a wrestler's look, right? Because, like, Josh knows how big I am. Now, I could beat the shit out of Adam Cole. I just can. I'm way bigger than he is. How am I supposed to pull for him to pull an upset? You know what I mean? Like,
I agree completely with
it's just
especially.
like, it's one thing Vince McMahon gets a lot of grief for is that look and that physique, but Hulk Hogan was a monster of a man, 6'7", 300 pounds, jacked, blonde, Aryan.
The 24-inch pythons, brother.
I thought he was 6'3", 6'4".
Well, build is 6'7". But like, all the wrestlers now are small. Like, who looks big is Goldust because he's legit 6'6".
Or when you remember the first time we saw Billy Gunn on AEW TV in that battle royal versus the midgets.
Like, it's this whole Hogan passing thing, and then like the tributes that I've seen, and the personality that he had was it was just a way smarter time of business. Like Bobby Heenan said, I could pay you $500 and you could be a champion, or I'll pay you $1,000 to lose every week. Which one are you going to pick? You know, they understood it was a business, and none of it matters. None of these titles matter. I know I'm crushing it now, but it's just, it sucks because Hogan was something that I believed in as a kid. You know, you worked your ass off, and like he stole it too. Like hulking up was you digging deep. You know, in those matches with, you know, like, and they really booked it well back then. Like his whole feud with Earthquake. You know, they faked the injury, and he's out. Is this the end of Hulkamania? You know, it just sucks that he's gone because he really, like, he's a flawed man like every other man, but like the character of the Hulk. I was texting my friend Eric. Josh knows my friend Eric. We were talking about it, and I said, I think the best way to live life is when you're training and working out, you want to be Hulkamania. But when you're out in public, with your girlfriend, you want to be Hollywood.
Yeah. You know what? That's one guy we need to get on here. Get Eric up. He goes by another name. Our buddy Eric. We knew him from the same neighborhood and everything, but now he's what would you call a self motivator, I guess?
No, what he did was he's very big on YouTube. Extremely big. He's got almost 80,000 followers. And he does coaching. He would talk like he teaches you how to talk to girls, but he got somebody hired him to like manage a business for him, manage his, almost like, I don't want to say manage his life, but like manage his businesses and doing coaching. Like it basically was leasing out exclusive rights to work for him.
Yeah.
And Eric's he's a millionaire now. So because of this person. So
yeah, but we need to get him on here too because he's been to quite a few wrestling events with us as well.
Yeah. He's been texting me. He's been sending me Hogan stuff for like the past week. And it's just like, you know, when it comes to matches, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you think about it and you think about what we see today. And I even think about ECW. Like, when you look back, when I look back as a 46-year-old man, if we're being honest, ECW also was a catalyst to ruin wrestling because they were doing shit that was so over the top and so crazy that you couldn't maintain that pace. It's almost like
you're right. You're right. Brett once said it was wrestling porn because it exposed everybody to where you go after that. So you have a point,
right? And it's true because when you see New Jack jumping off a second story, you see, and that influenced WWF to change their game with Mick Foley falling off the cell. And
that was not planned. That shit wasn't planned.
One was planned. The table was
planned. The other one wasn't.
And that was not a Vince McMahon mandate. Vince Russo was watching ECW. Vince never saw ECW; he just gave him money. Russo and them and all planned it where he was going to take the table bump. Cage itself gave way. You could see him bouncing off the. You could see those old school clamps they were using just popping around. Undertaker said he was scared for his fucking life.
Think about, so we're talking about wrestling as a whole, and we're talking about the Hogan era because he passed away. Think about, you know, because I'm assuming everybody here is over 40.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so think about when we were kids, you know, and we're watching, and they've built the stories of like good guy Hogan and the year-long feud with Macho, and then Hogan versus Warrior, and Hogan versus the Evil Slaughter. Can Hogan slam Andre? It's always about Hogan overcoming evil in nearly all these situations. And then there hasn't been like a suspense that I can think of to where you're going to see these two huge, like Hogan Warrior had to be the apex of, we got two good guys. They're fighting for a championship. They're larger than life. They're jacked. Fans are just crazy for both of them. You know, who's going to win? Like hotcakes. It's just, you don't see that now because, like, if you just run through even the WWE wrestlers, there isn't anybody that has that look. Braun Breaker's the closest one. I think that's got to look, but he's a little bit on the shorter side.
New Japan just came off a run where they had stars like that before it got ruined. They did. Tanahashi and Okada in a ring together. They ring the bell. The people go nuts like it's Hogan Warrior. They did it in the States when they came. And you had a
Well, I
few
mean-
talents like that.
Well, I mean, the thing about it though is now they're so Japanese wrestling is so easy to come by now. It's what, and I hate to say this. I know this sounds like a horrible thing for me to say, but it's really not. Japanese wrestling is what ECW was back in the 90s. You had tape trades. Now you can watch their stuff through a streaming service, but you still have to go and find all these loopholes just to find and watch it. And I know it's easier said than done because, I mean, I've done it. I've watched it on New Japan Pro Wrestling on their actual streaming service. But a lot of people won't do it because they have it is. Oh, it's not every bit of it's not dubbed. There's some of it just only in Japanese, and then it comes in English several days later, or whatever. But me personally, that to me is like having ECW now. And I know the wrestling is a lot different, but if you think about it, it's not as easy to come by as an ECW was in either back in the day.
I think the
ECW was kind of easy to find when we were kids. They had it on Channel 10 before they their first TV deal. You watched it every Friday night. Then you had the pay-per-views. Then they put them on TNN. So that was not a hard thing for us to find in the middle of the swamp while we playing paintball with no mask. We actually could watch ECW.
Shit, we had to wait till like what 12,
1
o'clock in the
2
morning?
o'clock in the morning. Fuck,
Oh, yeah.
dude.
Yep.
Yeah, it was late at night, but you could every Friday, ECW TV, whatever it was before TNN, before they had the
Hardcore
original.
TV.
That
I
you could watch.
I
That.
had it's like I couldn't watch it all the time. I had to program my VCR to record it, then watch it the next
TNN.
day.
See, back whenever it was hardcore TV, we didn't get it because it was only broadcast through a regional network in Philly.
Yeah.
We didn't get it down here at all.
We got it in Louisiana, believe it, on a local ass broke down ass channel. We got it.
It wasn't until ECW started making their debut through WWF. Then slowly, there's like we're doing tape trades. I remember the first pay-per-view I actually bought it. It was Barely Legal. We watched
95.
that. Yeah, we watched that one.
Almost got thrown off a pay-per-view.
Then finally, somehow, a network picked up the ECW, but they only showed it like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got that. We got what they called hardcore TV.
Yeah.
We got that for like, I want to say we got that in 97, 98 on Channel 3 at 2 in the morning. And then in 99, that's when they had the TNN deal.
They had lost that hardcore TV regional deal for a while and had nothing, just pay-per-view. Then they were all excited. They were all TNN, the Nashville never TNN. Then, well, this is another thing that killed them. And let's go to what Country was saying here. Let's go back to that. Not just showing all that extreme action that we love, but how you cannot make money without what? Sponsors. And who's going to sponsor a 7, 8 o'clock at night show with that kind of violence? Nobody. And that's what killed them on TNN. They had zero. The only endorsement deal they ever got was Acclaim because of the video games. They never had a single endorsement deal on TNN. That's why the network was like, we don't care.
Yeah.
That's what killed them. There's no income if you don't have endorsement. All these times WWE has to remember the Great Moolah Backlash, and they were like, okay, we're not gonna call it that. Remember that? Snickers was like, we're getting out of here. Oh no, not Snickers. We need that money. We're gonna change it right now. Watch us change it. You gotta have sponsors.
Classic.
You gotta have sponsors to make it. That the whole JBL himself admitted the third hour before everything today, like a year or two ago, that third hour of Raw, he says, we can't stand it, but you know what? We love the income. He said, that's over $1 million in ad. He said, the ad revenue. He said, that's the whole reason we do it. He said, we're raking in the money.
Well, I might be in the minority here, but wrestling also sucks. I know that, nobody that watches my sports betting channels or nothing like that are going to see this or know that I've been on this channel. But if they do, they're just going to have to deal with it. But women's wrestling is the shits.
Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
care. I don't care how pretty you are. I don't want to watch you wrestle. I don't care how talented you are. There hasn't been a single moment in my life where I've looked back and said, man, that is one amazing women's match. And you can get pushback because there are people that do like it, but I don't think that there's a big enough market for it. It's like WNBA. It's just it's worse than it's bad.
In the
It's
United
bad.
States and the UK and all, it's no good. It's not. If you go to Stardom, they're outselling New Japan. They've got a huge male audience. That people love it. The wrestling's good. I actually enjoy watching those women wrestle.
Well,
This too
Japanese
many.
men are pervs as well.
Sure, but me and Phil watch it, and like we tell you, every match is just they get harder and better and better.
Well,
I'm perfectly fine with those shows, and the few good women that do come through, majority of them are from there.
But
That's where they come from.
if we're talking about Hogan and we go back to the 80s, they're just not on the card. They're just not.
Well,
I
they
mean,
look at the Wendy Richter thing.
right. Nobody remembers. He was.
Oh, you're gonna remember, but look what Vince. She said, "I want Hogan money. I'm the women's
Yeah.
star." Vince said, "Oh yeah, got Moolah to come in there, roll her up, pin her. See ya. I ain't paying you a damn thing. We're gonna forget y'all and the women's title existed."
And we should do that again. We should just do that again as far as I'm concerned.
no, man. No, I'm going to
Yeah.
interrupt you for a second because I really thought you said women's wrestling is the shit, not
No.
the shits.
No,
So,
it's awful.
no, dude.
I gotta disagree with you too, man. It's like I
Okay.
love women's wrestling now.
I think it's awful. I've tried to be gracious. I really have. And it's not that they're not working hard. It's not that they're not doing wrestling moves, because they are. But it's like watching. All right, here's how I'm going to compare this. And again, it's like watching. If I want to watch men's wrestling, and I think of the 80s and I think of the golden era, that is the major leagues. That is big time, real stuff to where you're vested. And when I watch women's wrestling, I don't care who it is. It's like watching Little League every time. It's the same game, but it's like, it's just terrible. And I think that there's a part of me that just is indifferent to them bleeding. It's just like, come on, man. It's like women's UFC. I don't care what it is. I don't want to watch it for athletic events.
Really? So you're saying, hold on. So you're saying like Amanda Nunes or Molly Holmes or Ronda Rousey or Shayna Baszler, those women, they didn't do nothing for you in UFC?
No. Wow. No, not once. I mean, it's just me. But it's because I look at them and I'm bigger than all of them. Right? Well, so I can't appreciate it as much. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, there's an audience for it, and it's on the show, and there are people like you guys who love it. And for me, I'm just like,
what's your let me ask you, what's your home state, dude?
My what?
Your home state.
My home state is Indiana.
All right, so you grew up in the golden era, was all over. That's what you saw on TV in the 80s was WWF.
That's all we had.
Okay, you see how you respond, and you look back at that as that's like the pinnacle of it. See, down here, we were 5 or 6 years old, being like, bro, this is trash. We were like,
there's a conundrum there, because I thought about that too. I'm like, I would have wondered if I had grown up in Alabama, why? Because, all right, so we're kind of on that cusp of the age where the territories ended. And it was basically, in the South, you had the NWA, and then you had WCW. It was WCW, on Saturday nights and stuff like that, but I guess...
We also had the AWA and the USWA down here too, man.
We did not have that. We had no choices. But I think, and the thing is, when I listen to somebody like Jim Cornette is a great example, why those Southern wrestlers hate it. Now, I have some agreement with it, with the cartoony stuff. Like, when you got somebody like the Goon, when somebody had a profession, that I thought was ridiculous. Or like that, what was the name of the one who was a magician and he
Yeah.
like that's terrible.
Yeah,
But
that was
Hulk,
after the golden era, though. That was in the new generation that all happened.
yeah.
What
But
about Mantar? Does anybody remember fucking Mantar?
right, that's awful. But when you look at if you look at the '80s, okay, so if you're looking at the '80s and you look at the guys that Vince pushed in the '80s, some of those guys did come from the South. I mean,
Yeah.
Jake the Snake was in Georgia Championship Wrestling. Rick Rude came up there. He had that
Half of the roster was AWA that he stole from Verne Gagne.
Piper, Andre,
Honky Tonk Man,
Hogan.
and those guys are all legends.
AWA. Mean
But-
Gene Okerlund.
I
Now,
think
I
if
wanna-
I had grown up in the South, I would have definitely been Flair, you know, but I never cared for Sting.
Well,
Like-
here's the difference was we had two styles.
There's one on the list.
You had the Southern style was very real, very protected, but also not the big for 5 minutes. And, we saw that and we were like, down here, the crowd's ready to jump the barricade, kill somebody. The wrestler's like, bro, I will fuck you over. Dusty Rhodes is bleeding from his eye, getting it was made to be real, and the people believed. Into the 90s, these adults were ready to fight and kill for their, like, it was a whole different world. And you can listen to Ted DiBiase talk, you can listen to Jim Cornette talk. Those places they talk about are within an hour from me, those venues where they had to either run for their life or it got that wild.
Also, back in the 80s, the rest holds in WWF were ridiculous.
Yes,
How many rest holds? I mean, dude, I could go back and watch WrestleMania 1 and count 27 different rest holds in one match.
So here's my pushback on that, I guess you can call it. I'll agree. I'll give you full accord on that and full agreement, right? But here's what I was thinking about it, because I did watch, like I was watching WrestleMania 6. And,
Warrior.
yeah. And the pace is clearly different, but I would like to just counterpoint, not saying that you're right or wrong, because I agree with you in full. I do. But when you do a rest hold, in my opinion, in that era, you're building. You're building the anticipation of, I'm in this hold, I've got to tell the stories of overcoming. I'd like to compare it as the antithesis to New Japan's throwing forearms at each other in the head. Right. So, and if you think about that style that they went through, it's way less strenuous on the body. Remember WWF, and I'm not fully sure on the Southern wrestling, but back then, like, they used to run 2 shows a night, 300 nights a year. So you had to do rest holds because they don't do that now. They don't have house shows for WWF anymore. AEW has a show twice a week or once a week. It's taped.
No, WWE still does house shows.
But they don't do them like that, like they used to.
No, not that much.
And that's why, like, when you think about those guys and their recovery and stuff like that. So one thing that I try to do, like what I'm going to do now is I decided to pop in. I've got Peacock, so I decided to tribute Hogan personally. I thought, I've never watched his WCW run, and
really?
even his NWO stuff. I was watching Raw because that Bret Hart '97 run was so good.
Wow!
I'd flip Hogan. I was stuck on WWF's Attitude Era, because even Josh can attest to it. I mean, we catch it where we catch the pay-per-views, but like, I'm gonna just like watch Hogan's entire run, and I'm gonna watch it because I'm pre-Nitro. Like, I just watched his debut was at Clash of Champions, so now I'm watching that bash at the first bash at the beach where he's gonna wrestle Flair.
Depending on how much time you have in time, I would almost suggest you watch. I mean, I don't know how much time you got. I would suggest you almost watch every Nitro from the birth of the NWO, like every Monday Nitro, the birth of the NWO until maybe not the end of the whole show in the run of the company, but you would know about the point. But at least about a year and a half, 2 years into that, and the way
2000.
it's
And
the way the announcers talk, it's the angles of the camera, the first backstage real life looking stuff, the way they did, just from when you're gonna watch Hall walk out. Just remember, no one had ever done that in the history of the wrestling business.
I've seen it. It just
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in like sequence.
Mhm.
So like
I could have sworn
I
we
want
were
to watch
watching that at the time. I
But
could
and the reason behind that was back then there was no such thing as contracts. Everything was a verbal agreement. And that's what led to having contracts being made.
No. You had contracts. You didn't have guaranteed contracts because Vince was promising Brett 10 years, 10 years. Don't forget that. Hall and Nash came out with after Hogan, came out with some of the first guaranteed contracts. Half the time you were guaranteed this money. That changed the business. And then Vince was like, well, they're going to put me out of business. I got to start doing it. But guaranteed contracts, there were contracts before.
There were contracts. Like I said, there were contracts. They just wasn't, it was verbal.
I've seen
Because
a chunk, a decent chunk of that NWO run, but I want to watch it. I didn't see any of Hogan's pre-turn
wait.
personally.
Pre-turn. Okay.
I didn't see any of it because I was still in high school when that happened in '93. So
Four.
yeah, in
wait,
'94, I was still in high school.
hold on. Wait, what happened?
I was still in high school, and I didn't graduate high school till '97.
I graduated in 98. And if I recall correctly, whenever he went to WCW, it was in 95, 94.
Well,
94.
in that part of my life too, I wasn't watching wrestling in the New Generation era. I was watching the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers and the Bears and all that.
Yeah,
I
that was
watched
the big
NFL.
That was the big deal at the time. He's right.
So I did not. I was like not. I didn't watch WC. I didn't really know of WCW until, ironically, the first wrestling, because there was a big gap. I think from 1990. I remember Yokozuna era, and then after that, from like WrestleMania 10 to WrestleMania 13, almost, is nothing for me in real time. In real time, like
Six was 1990. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 7, 8, 9, 10. So 94 would have been. So Hogan was in the beginning of 94, did the Yokozuna, and then in 94 went to WCW.
right.
There we
That's
go.
what I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna try and find the chronological order. It's a little difficult on their interface. So I've watched the Clash of Champions, and then
Thunder in Paradise.
and now I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch the Bash at the Beach '94.
Get ready for the Dungeon of Doom. This you won't be sad you missed this.
I've seen clips of that, but like,
Ain't that Vader?
Yeah.
Didn't he wrestle Vader in that one?
So like when I was watching the Clash of Champions, I'm really enjoying this. I got to tell you, I'm enjoying it because Big Boss Man is on there. And
Yeah.
Ray Trailer.
Guardian Angel. He wasn't Ray Trailer, and he's wearing this red beret, and they're in the streets, man. Like, real, like they're. You have to watch it. Just go watch that Clash of Champions. I'll pull up. I'll remind you guys what it is.
I've seen them all.
That one was, and then so the match is one of the first matches on the card is Guardian Angel against Vader with Harley Race, and he's picking up Vader and slamming him.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's just like, damn, Boss Man. Like, I mean, Boss Man was my guy in '99.
Well, you're going to be happy because he not only stays in the company for a nice amount of time till you saw him back in Attitude Era, but he also goes back to his original character, Big Bubba Rogers.
I've seen that, and I saw him go to the NWO, and I remember he went to Ray Trailer before he left. So, like, I'm not oblivious to the WCW era, but like that Hogan run pre-turn, I haven't seen any of it. The only thing I've ever seen was that first Nitro when he's promoting Pastamania. You know, so it's going to kind of be a treat for me because I haven't seen it, and I'm going to watch it in real time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the second match on the card is a tag match between Goldust and Arn Anderson against Terry
Yeah.
Funk and somebody else. A guy that looks like Terry Funk, but it's escaping me. I had to pause the match.
Dory
It
Funk?
might be Dory Funk. He
No, it
partnered
wasn't
with
Dory.
Dory.
It wasn't Dory, but Dustin's out there. I caught half the match, and he should have stuck with that over Goldust. Like he just was crushing it. So the
He was the
Southern
natural.
style,
He was the natural.
yeah, would have appealed to me just as much. Hogan, like, but when Hogan's era was now, we were really small, so that's all that I saw was superstars on Saturdays after cartoons. You know, my parents didn't watch wrestling. They didn't. I didn't have that upbringing, so there's big gaps in there for me. It's not like this is and it wasn't my favorite. Football is my favorite thing.
Well, I can give you a little hint. There's a lot of cheese in Hogan's pre-NWO days. They did that. He worked with a lot of ex-WWF guys, so you're going to recognize a lot of people. The two big ones you're going to want to see, and it happens almost immediately. Ric Flair, the first time in WCW, not the millionth time, and you're going to want to keep an eye out on Victor. Those matches are proud. Those are the two matches you're going to want to. That pretty much tells Hogan. And I have to add it in because it's history, but Paul White, the Giant,
Mm-hmm.
I have to add him in because they pretended he was Andre's son.
Well, again, those are things that I'm aware of. I've just never watched it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Those are the
it's-
things you're really gonna want to. The rest you're gonna kind of be like, okay, I saw it, but these are the things you're gonna make a mental note and say, okay, this is some of the big stuff in his career before the turn.
And it's going to be fun to watch some of that undercard stuff because either A, it's a forgotten wrestler or a deceased wrestler, or it's somebody that hasn't blown up yet, and you can respect it a little differently. I don't know what it could be. It could be an undercard, something we none of us remember.
I remember some squashes when Hogan would fight a nobody. I remember some quick 2 minute old Saturday morning stuff, but it's you're gonna see a lot. The Dungeon of Doom's a lot of ex WWF guys, and they did that on purpose. But you're gonna recognize a lot of people.
And the other one that I want to throw out there, when you start watching these old stuff from WCW, what I love about it, whenever pre-turn of you had Flying Brian Pillman,
Yeah.
you had Z-Man, you had
Something.
Austin.
well,
I saw
yeah,
Regal Russell Austin was the first
Yeah.
match of the card. So it's like when I think of WCW, obviously we make fun of how it ended because that's what got really out of control. But I was going to make a mission to start watching every WCW thing that I could find, and I did watch Starrcade '83, and you know that's Flair and Race in the cage.
Yeah.
But that's not the best match on the card.
no,
It's
it's
Piper and Greg Hammer in a dog collar match.
Oh yeah.
And he hits Piper in the head with that chain, and that's what made him go
cut his
deaf
ear.
Like, yeah. And so when you talk about Southern style, had I grown up with that, I probably would have loved it more. I would concede that.
That's what you saw right there. And Greg the Hammer Valentine was one hell of a worker in his day.
Yes, him and the Honky Tonk Man before all the crazy.
And Bobby Eaton, a lot of people don't like it. Bobby Eaton is probably the greatest tag team wrestler of all fucking time on the planet.
See, Eric just texted me again. He sent me something with Demolition. And he hasn't done a lot of that in years. Eric hasn't sent me shit about wrestling.
Hey, send him the link. Tell him to get on here.
He won't. I know he won't.
You won't?
Nope. I know he won't.
Tell him Josh says hi then.
I'll tell him that.
I don't know how much you got to see it, but you actually get to see Steve Austin pre-neck, like really, truly wrestle like a great fucking wrestler in WCW.
Yeah. Him and Regal had a great match. And then, like, I saw Mark Merrow, you know.
You mean, what is his
Johnny
name?
B. Bad.
Johnny
Johnny B. Bad.
Johnny B. Bad. There you go.
As Johnny B. Bad, he was, and he starts almost every pay-per-view in that era too. Dusty loved him. When Vince bought him, he thought he got Mark Merrow. It's like, no, dude, you bought Johnny B. Bad. So Vince was screwed. He couldn't do that with Mark Merrow. They tried 2 or 3 characters. But as Johnny B. Bad, he worked as that white meat baby. Well, but white meat baby face to kick off your show and get everybody excited. He worked in WCW. They cheered him. They did.
So that's
Yeah.
what I'm gonna do. That's how I'm gonna commemorate, I guess, the Hulkster, because all that stuff in the '80s, I'm just a sucker for it with him. Because that's sorely lacking today too. As cartoony as it was, that motherfucker was big as hell and lifted weights. I mean, zero doubt, dude was fucking jacked to the fucking T. I don't care. I don't care when people take steroids personally. I don't, because you get because there's, especially in a society now that's very soft, it's sorely missed. And you look back and you're like, Jesus Christ, what happened to America? Almost. I mean, he was such a big star. He's mainstream, but I could see why somebody from the South didn't care for it. But I can also say with him specifically, I think that being a young kid, no matter where you lived in America, if you saw that, you do absolutely buy into it.
Well, you also know that Hogan was a guy in the South before he went and joined the big corporation.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in Florida. He was in Georgia. He was in Continental. It's Sterling Golden.
He was AWA before.
The majority of the golden era, a lot of that was taken from Vern Gagne to AWA. A lot of those talent.
Yeah,
And
I'm aware.
And Vince cried. I'm just saying though. I'm not
Yeah.
telling you. I'm just saying. And Vince cried wolf when he's like, "Oh, Bischoff's taking all my talent. We're a family business." Like, hey, didn't you do that 10 years ago? And who Bischoff worked for? Vern Gagne. Where do you think he learned it from, Dick?
You fuck him over, he's gonna do the same thing to you, man. He learned a very valuable lesson.
Yeah, he worked for Vern. Yeah, and he was like, "Well, I'm going to take some big stars and make," and that's what you're going to see. Hogan goes over first. Flair, Savage follows him right after, and then you're going to see like the two of them, Sting and Flair, like the big four of that day of the era you're getting ready to watch. And you
have the greatest announcers of all time.
Yeah.
Well, I also think that there is some validity to growing up north and being poisoned by the WWF, because what I'm gonna speak next is gonna be blasphemy to wrestling fans. It's gonna be blasphemy.
Oh,
so this will get me canceled amongst the wrestling community, but I'm gonna say it.
Go for it.
Every time I've watched Dusty Rhodes, I did not give a shit about a single thing he's ever said, because he's fat and he looks like he's not like Yokozuna big fat. He just looks like somebody who just sweats a lot and talk like it. Just, again, that could be poison the well from me where I grew up. But like when I watched him, even just watching the old stuff, like nobody's gonna believe that this dude is what he says he is.
I'll tell you something that'll blow your mind. Who do you think Hogan based his career and his talking off of? Two people. And he said him and Flair both idolized Dusty's talking, and then Vince told him act like superstar Billy Graham. So Hogan is a combination of Dusty Rhodes and superstar Billy Graham.
So let's talk about that. Again, if Dusty Rhodes was in shape, you'd buy it. But because he was sloppy fat, I just and I'm somebody who's overweight, so it's like, dude, you can't preach that. You can't preach that to me. I couldn't buy it. I would not be able to buy Dusty as.
Well,
I don't know. I can't. I've watched it, and it's like some of the stuff he says is funny to me, but he's just, again, that maybe just be me poison. But it's like, dude, that's the most overrated persona, in my opinion.
And you know why we bought it? You know why we bought it?
Because he's a son of a plumber?
No, because he did storytelling, pre-WWF storytelling. He was doing storytelling from ring to ring, from match to match, long term, like Hogan and them would do. They were doing it in the South, only it was more hardcore, more believable.
And
I hate
the bionic elbow. The bionic elbow is so dumb.
Country, think about it like this, man. I mean, if you're wrestling in these territories back in the day, and you wrestling the same guys week in, week out, 5-6 days a week, and you got to tell a story, and you can't just wrestle the same guy every night without having a story to be told.
I get it. But there's guys that I did see that came. You know what? I probably would have loved Mid-South because I've watched some of that stuff on the network and I really like it. I liked the Von Erichs. I liked Flair there. I liked everything they did. But just Dusty is just like, he can talk, but Jesus Christ, dude, put on a shirt. Wear something different. You're like, you're just, if you got a muffin top and you're a grown man, you need to cover that up in the ring for me to buy it. And you know I'm right. Deep down, you don't want to admit it. But and I told you it was going to be blasphemous. If any wrestling, like I would be canceled
I
for
can't.
saying
I'm
that.
not. I'm not going to attack what you're saying. I can't. I mean, that's your opinion. But I
Right.
will say this about Dusty Rhodes.
He had a
The
mind for
man, not only that, man, to have as many title reigns as he had, it wasn't because of his weight, and it wasn't because of how he looked. It was because of what he could do in that ring.
Especially when he was younger and smaller.
So
Yes.
let's. And again, this is a discussion. So I would counter it with, if you're not a wrestling fan, all right. If you're not a wrestling fan, and do people know who Dusty Rhodes is that aren't wrestling fans? As
Probably
opposed to who knew who Hulk Hogan was that weren't wrestling fans?
Well, that's a two total polarizing people. And the reason behind that is, what I mean by that is, look here, WWF was so much in the mainstream media. I mean, they were blowing up and putting Hogan down your throat no matter what.
That's what Vince wanted. He wanted WWF to be the number one thing you saw in pro wrestling, and he achieved that. He did.
Yes, but as far as Dusty Rhodes goes, Dusty was the South's version. Well, we had a couple of big people that came down here that took over that top spot. We had Harley, we had Dusty, we had Flair. But I remember
No one. I don't mean to cut you off. I gotta say it. No one spoke more real, even more real than Jake, than Harley. Fucking. You listen to a Harley race program. That man didn't scream. That man didn't holler. That man told you in that camera, "I will kill you." Without
There's,
saying, "I'll kill you."
what's your finish, kid? I'll move.
I do
Yeah.
like looking at some of that old stuff. I did like Hacksaw Jim Duggan as a non-retard per se.
WWF days.
No, I didn't like the WWF Hacksaw. I
Oh God,
liked.
you're gonna hate WCW hacksaw.
Well,
yeah, it's
I've
worse.
seen it. I know
Team
it's worse.
Canada hacksaw. Woo!
But see, like they should have done a heel turn. I know they did with him going Canada, but like there should have been something where, and again, this is cartoony, but like Honky Tonk Man hits him with a guitar, and then he's straight, almost like the in The Simpsons when Barney quits drinking, he turns into a scholar. That's what they needed to do to turn Hacksaw, and then he turns into this obnoxious heel that just uses $5 words and starts cutting promos on the crowd. Like he almost turns into a genius. He gets his master's. That would have been like saved his career.
I had an idea about what you're talking about, but here's I actually had an idea about that, but here's what I would have done. Somebody was asking me about Nitro the other day, no WCW, and I said, okay, well, the NWO, I'm not gonna ruin too much for you, you're getting ready to watch all that, but the NWO forums, I said, Hogan's this massive bad guy, okay? What's his first program? Like, don't just hand him the title. I was like, make Hacksaw be like, how dare you? I'm for the kids and the USA, and oh, you turned your back. And he was familiar with Hacksaw, so I would have put him in a match. I'd have let him destroy Hacksaw, cheat his ass off. Then they all beat the shit out of Hacksaw and like beat him down. Then Saw could turn heel or something, but that would have made Hogan so much more hated, and like he just destroyed the last American hero, and that'd have been a great way to before giving him the title.
Well, like I've seen the NWO stuff in big enough chunks to where I've seen the '97 run on. Just haven't watched it all, but like we used to watch the first hour of Nitro and watch all luchadors and stuff like that. But I always cut the Raw, but I would catch it here and there. It's just that big gap prior when he was so bad. I want to watch Hogan's worst shit and see.
You're gonna get it with the Dungeon of Doom.
Well, the thing is, I've seen. Oh, it's not hot. I've seen the clips, but which is embarrassing.
No, the worst match I think we watched was Age in the Cage, man.
But that was NWO.
Yeah.
Age-
That was a bad match.
Oh, him and
When we
Piper.
were first, I can't remember the actual pay-per-view, but it
It
was
was Halloween Havoc.
Hogan and
Halloween Havoc '97 was Piper and Hogan in the old school cage that you could scale easily and all of that shit. Because
and it was a horrible match. It was horrible.
but all the Piper matches when they brought him back weren't that great. And then Piper would vanish, and then Piper was owed that world title shot, and they decided, oh, we're gonna do it in this big cage. They needed Savage to run in. A fan got attacked for trying to get in. All kind of shit.
I think that the reason that I want to watch it now in retrospect, 30 years later, is because Hulkamania was phasing out when he left WWF. It was a tired act, right?
It happened again in WCW too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to see. I just got to see it. Like, I got to see what it was because, like, his run in WWF was kind of getting tired after at WrestleMania 9. Like, it was getting tired. It was getting tired. People were tired of it, and everything.
I was tired of it after WrestleMania 7.
That's what I'm saying. Like, his persona just was. He was still going, but it was kind of like it wasn't. It didn't have his appeal when he first had Hulkamania. Hulkamania is an '80s thing for sure. So I want to see what the '90s version of that. I'm just gonna watch. I'm trying chronological order. There's a bunch of. There's no like TV show. There's no like weekly show from Nitro, and the WCW Saturday Night cuts off at 90 before he gets there. That's on the network. So I'm gonna just kind of have to hop the first few pay-per-views until
wasn't Savage on Saturday night?
But it's all pre Hogan. And
yes, Savage was here before Hogan.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, he was.
Savage came after Hogan on WCW.
No, it was prior.
Well, the first night he shows up is on Saturday night, and he calls out Hogan. After he calls out, he says, "I'm here for this, I'm here for Hulk Hogan."
Well, either way, those Saturday nights aren't on the network. It's all pre Hogan.
You can look up an interview for that. You don't have to. The Saturday nights after Nitro became a thing, WCW Saturday night was throwaway.
But I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch all the paper. I'm gonna watch the whole card though. I'm not just gonna watch this stuff. Just because, like, I think wrestling now is so hard for me to watch. It's so hard. I've tried, and
I would suggest you also. They're all dubbed in English now. They're full English commentary by Kevin Kelly. I suggest you watch at least 3 Hogan matches from Japan with that crowd going nuts against the first one when he fights Antonio Inoki.
Yeah, I've seen those because I had the New Japan stuff.
Okay, and you watched
it before. I watched those a few years ago. Yeah, he fought. What's his name? He went to WWF or WCW too. He had. Fuck, I know. If I hear his name, Tatsami.
Fujinami.
Yeah.
Legend.
And the Great Muta.
Yeah. And he teamed
with. Stuff's really good, but for me, looking back at it, like I also think about how you look at wrestling now once the kayfabe's busted, and how you watch wrestlers, and we're too busy grading the work rate to appreciate the storytelling. And back then, like you said, because I was indoctrinated in the Yankee style of wrestling instead of the superior Southern styles of things, because Southern everything is superior to Northern stuff.
I'm not trying to say that, bro.
I know. I wasn't being facetious. I was just saying I agree with you.
And I'll tell you something else.
Well,
you see how you're gonna go back and watch WCW that you missed?
Yep.
I had to do that with WWF because I was glued to Nitro, and I would not flip the channel for years until '98. I did not flip that. I did not give a shit what Raw was doing. I was hooked. 96, 97. I was hooked to WCW. I was not flipping over. There was nothing.
I know the moment that we stopped watching WCW. I know the moment when they announced because Raw was always taped, and it was that infamous moment. It's like, well, it looked like Mick Foley's going to win the title night. Oh, Yeah, that's gotta put some butts in seats.
I even flipped over.
I'm
Nitro
like,
in the
we
belt.
gotta watch this.
I flipped over to catch Foley running around the ring with the belt with the credits. I got 10 seconds of that. I even flipped over after Nitro ended, and it was the stupid finger poker dude. But I even flipped over for
So
that.
I think the best match in Nitro history was Hogan Goldberg in Atlanta. First of all, everything about that worked out great for the fans. Hogan lost the belt to the hottest star in the biggest venue in his hometown.
Crowd.
Sold out. Beat Raw's ass that night. But the worst thing they ever did was that finger poke. It was the worst.
That wasn't what Chase. I'm gonna tell you what. The first thing that made me angry at WCW and was willing to give WWF a chance was Savage. All right, I hate to. I don't want to ruin it for you if you're gonna watch the NWO story. So I'm not
I've
gonna.
seen most of it. You won't ruin the NWO stuff.
All right. Well, when the guy, all right, Mike and Josh are definitely gonna know when Savage and Hogan started having that turmoil in the NWO and who's gonna do what, and then Savage was getting when you would hear the music, but then you hear the ooh yeah, Savage was getting those. He was becoming bigger than Sting at one point, and then they finally did the match. Not against the two of them fought and all, but that didn't matter. But Savage finally won the world title off of. He's the one that beat Sting for it when Hogan couldn't. And I was like, yes, we're finally gonna get the Savage run. This is gonna be the shit. I love Randy Savage, all eras. I love Randy way more than Hogan. I love Savage. On top 3. And the very next night, not only did they screw him out of the title and Hogan pushed him and injured his leg, Bret Hart pulls a 180 and just all the shit we know, all the shit he talked, and he helps Hogan win the belt back. I was like, what the fuck? That to me was worse. That just pissed me the fuck. I'm like, the Hogan's got the belt again. Bret Hart.
WrestleMania 9.
Hmm?
WrestleMania 9.
No. Oh, I'm talking about this was after the night after Spring Stampede 98. This happened on Nitro. And Nash came out. I thought he was going to save the match. Bret Hart does his dumb shit. I could not have hated Bret Hart more in my fucking life than when he did that. And I was just like, I started checking out WWE. I'm like, Savage had it. They're going to give the belt back to Hogan again. This was this is before Hogan had that run and then lost it to Goldberg, like you're saying, later on in the year.
They screwed up the Starcade finish, and that's the detriment of Hulk Hogan. That's the detriment because
Nick Patrick admitted he caused that.
That Patrick did or Hogan did?
Nick Patrick said, "Who's my boss?" He says, Hogan said, "Dude, don't do the fast count." Nick Patrick said, "Well, who do I really work for?" He says, "Hulk Hogan's the money. I work for Hulk Hogan." He said, "Don't do the fast count. I'm not doing the fucking fast count." So he counted regular 1, 2, 3 on Sting. Before the match, Hogan was telling Bischoff he's not tan, he's not ready. He's not ready for the belt. He's not. Hogan fucked that up when he should have dropped that belt to fucking Sting. Hogan politicked and fucked that up.
Yes, I agree with that. That's the flaws of him. That's why I'm saying, I know that he single-handedly, well, not single-handedly, but he was also the detriment to WCW towards after that because but the WCW gave him all that power.
Yeah, it's their fault for the creative control that's very much their fault. Mm-hmm. Yes, they needed Hogan. Hogan did turn the tide. He did put the eyes on WCW. He is the greatest face and the greatest heel in the business ever. The guy to do it both. He is. I give him all of that. And yeah, he's the biggest name ever. But to get him, they had to give him that creative control. And that's one time where it bit him in the. They had the happy ending, everything with Sting. Ready for start. Biggest pay-per-view they ever did. The numbers, they had WWF beat. And Hogan politicked and fucked it all up.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like I said, there's never going to be another Hulk Hogan.
No.
Yeah. And then I was watching. I watched this Saturday. The first thing I watched after I found out he passed away was the Saturday Night's Main Event where he wrestled Terry Funk, and I hadn't seen that match. Ironically, I had not seen that one, and it's really good. It's really good. It's
Terry Funk is
It's not even the main event. It's the second match on the card, and they just have a great match. And it was kind of refreshing. But and then I think about he wrestled Andre on Saturday night's main event. 33 million viewers is insane. That's NFL numbers for that era for pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Right. So, and I was a little annoyed too with some of these comments from people after he passed, not giving him his flowers, and they're trying to walk that fine line and like, look, motherfucker, pick a side. Either don't say anything, or you say something. You know, the man's passed now, so you either say something.
The wrestling business would not be what it is today. Wrestling would not be entertainment like it is today. You wouldn't have larger than life characters without Hulk Hogan. I'll say it too.
I hate people that I admit that I don't like when people are cowardice about how they feel about things, whether it's popular or unpopular. How you feel is how you feel. Like Chelsea Green.
Yeah.
Oh, she says one thing that she backtracks to try and appease people. Like, don't do that. Say what you mean and say what you feel. And if you're just worried about you're going to lose something, you know, then maybe you shouldn't be standing on that glass anyway, because it's going to break one way or the other. Cody Rhodes even did it by saying, oh, it's controversial. No, it's not. Like, no, it's not. You put it to rest now.
It's the kids, man. It's that generation, bro. After, however you want to call it.
He said
a word.
Hold on.
He did a thing and he said a word.
I'm gonna say this with the straightest of force too. What he said should not have ever been said, ever. But he didn't do things like Chris Benoit did. Chris Benoit murdered people. They're not the same. We have to get rid of this. Words hurt my feelings are the same as murdering somebody. They're not.
I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you, man.
You know, like, we got to stop carrying that cross of words. I don't care what it is.
I tell you what, I'm sick of these motherfuckers online. Oh, I think I talk all this shit about you, fuck, but they don't know how to get a fist to the face. Like,
brother,
over here,
brother,
come get it, motherfucker.
We're getting a promo.
I pay for it.
Jordan's cutting a promo.
Yeah.
This is sponsored by W.
W energy drink. Get your W dead. Hey,
20 seconds, boys.
W at w.gg. Use our promo code Ringside Rants, 10% off. There you go, bam.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they can't. There was a lot of comments about how people were just happy he passed away because of what he said, and I'm conceding it in full that he should not have said anything of the sorts. It's absolutely disgusting what he said. I would never say stuff like that, you know. And he said it 10 years ago. He apologized for it, but I think people were upset that he went to the Republican convention and stuff like that. But even still, Hulk Hogan never cost anybody their life like Chris Benoit did, or like Jimmy Snuka did, or he didn't, you know, he may have done some bad things in wrestling by not putting people over, and he may have said these horrible things in a private conversation, mind you, that was illegally recorded. But to compare him to somebody like Benoit or Mike Vick, who drowned dogs, or somebody who's been convicted of rape, or somebody who's sexually assaulted somebody, he didn't do any of that stuff. Those are way worse things. So I'll die on that corner. I don't care if I lose all my subscribers. What you saying something is not even remotely close to acting on something. Those are two very, very different things.
Agreed.
That's all I'm saying. No matter what you say.
You're right. Just like in 5 minutes, I'm going to display my homemade jambalaya to the world right here live.
My grandma made some good jambalaya.
Oh, yeah?
For SummerSlam 97. All right.
You made jambalaya? No.
Nope. I'm gonna tell you a story about this. Right before I met Josh, I think. It was right before I met him. Or I can't remember if I had already met him. No, I think it was right before I met him. But
this is before Josh and after Josh. No in between Josh.
No, there's no in between. It's before. It's right before I met him. And my grandmother made gumbo we had a big old party for SummerSlam 97. So I'll never forget that. It's like one of my favorite memories. She made gumbo from scratch and some biscuits. And she couldn't say Hulk Hogan. She called him Hunk Hogan. She could never get that right. She said that my grandfather used to go over and watch not my grandfather. That's a whole different thing. But her second husband would go and watch the AWA, I believe, and would go see Dick the Bruiser. And like, I guess that's when they used to have the open challenges to people in the crowd to try and get in the ring with them. But I guess that this is my cousin Judd. This is his grandfather, and would go over there in Chicago and watch that stuff. He passed away in 1980, so I never got to go see the AWA. But I think had he lived, he probably would have turned me on to the Southern style wrestling.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest. The Southern style of wrestling versus the Northern style is two totally different scenarios. I mean,
Yeah.
it was night and day.
It is.
Yeah,
It,
I agree
it's
with that.
a lot more bloody.
And when you watch Lucha Libre, I don't. Every time I haven't watched a whole ton of it, to be very fair, because it wasn't on TV. But every time I watch it, it feels like all I see are head scissor takedowns and rapid tags, and that's
Watch
not my
CMLL.
thing. Well,
Watch CMLL. Their luchadors are more technical with that, and it's less flying around. I don't know how much Josh has been into it. He's wearing the hat, but
Yeah,
CMLL is a lot
watched a
more.
lot.
CMLL is a lot more around the neck, more some technical wrestling, some grappling, and their luchador. But they're the oldest promotion in the world for a reason. But it's a lot less flippity bounce around, a lot less.
I don't want to see like any more flippity shit ever in my life. I'm
They,
tired of it.
they do the flip, but man, it's like watching a Drew Gulak or a Bob Backlund or
I find they very much don't overdo it in CMLL. Like
that's what I'm saying.
takedown is not very common, or every match or every 10. You're gonna probably get a headlock and a collar and elbow tie up, or an arm a straight up hammer lock or something like that. You're gonna see that more, and a lariat to the ropes than 10 flips. They just don't do that in CMLL.
I think that they need in professional wrestling needs to bring back protected finishers. And if I worked in AEW, I would scream at management and say, "Stop doing barbed wire thumbtack, pistol to the face move, and then kick out, and then do the paradigm shift, and then you can't get up." Like that's absolutely awful. It's hard.
agree.
It's getting harder and harder for me. Like it used to be a big deal to do a high impact move. It goes back to the ECW argument. You know, when Savage got on the ropes, not a lot of wrestlers that I can remember were coming off the ropes like that. You know, his flying elbow was a big deal, and it made him stand out.
Yeah,
You know?
what a beautiful move he did, and he hit it for real too. Those people said they were hurting. Two refs admitted they got broken ribs from taking his elbow. DDP says you got the real elbow. When Savage did it, you got the elbow to the rib cage. He didn't hold back. It looked pretty because you really took it.
But
It
they've
was
got to
protected, but
protect finishers.
it looked good.
I'll give you a good example of modern protecting of finishes in New Japan. Kenny Omega's One Wing Angel was never kicked out of. He would only use it if he'd win. Only 2 men ever kicked out of it. One was his best friend Kota Ibushi, and one was Okada. That's it. No one ever. And one winged angel, not two. And that was it. They protected the shit out of that move because they
Bring
knew.
it back. The
Yeah,
only WWF guy that I know WWE that had his move protected like that was Baron Corbin. Nobody's ever kicked out of it.
His move sucked anyway.
No, that tilt-a-whirl slam, I think that looks pretty good.
The end of days, that wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad.
You mean the black hole slam that was done by Abyss that looked a lot better?
Well, he's a big guy. Baron Corbin's a big guy, so it looks better. He's a taller guy. He's like what? He's got to be close to 7 feet.
Who, Abyss or Baron?
Baron Corbin, but he's doing it to people that are 5'5". That's what I'm saying.
Abyss made it look good. Abyss made it look so good, dude. I'm still a huge fan of Abyss. I wish they would let him come back in WWE for one match.
So I think I'm gonna go on a trek and do Hogan's WC. I'm gonna watch the entire WCW catalog from Hogan's Arrival all the way to when he's gone, all the way till the final Nitro, and then after that, I think I'm gonna try something else.
TNA run?
I have never watched like more than I've watched a handful. I've never watched like a TNA pay-per-view in my life. Not one. Not one.
I got several thousand here.
That he
I got a
does.
bunch. I got a bunch.
Well, I'm sure it's on the streaming service, but the Hogan stuff, like, I know we're talking about him because he passed away, and I know
Y'all ready, boys?
the
Y'all ready
majority.
for it? I
Let's
just
see
took
it.
the lid off. Y'all ready?
Sure,
That's
show
it.
us.
Looks good.
Ooh. Damn it.
Josh is hungry.
Man, you better put that in the bowl and mail it to me.
For real, bro. For
I'm
real.
getting ready to take it out of there and put it in another container so you quit cooking.
Well, I will just. I guess I'm going to close out with this because I got to get to bed. I'm so tired. I got to work in the morning. I think if you look back, if you guys, I don't know what you're doing, but if you got time to look back on some of that Hulkamania stuff, try and put your preconceived notions about who he is and just kind of like enjoy the entertainment, because that is what Vince sold. And when you're like me and didn't grow up with Southern style wrestling, because they still had the feuds that were fired up enough to make you believe that they wanted to kill each other. It was just done differently. It's like, I would dare say, this might be poor euphemism, but it'd be like dating a blonde or dating a brunette. It's just what your preference is.
I thought the long story build with Hogan and Savage with Elizabeth for 5 was very good storytelling.
Yes. Now, me and Josh were talking about this earlier. Josh said he can appreciate what Hulk Hogan did for the wrestling business. And I said I concur. But what Terry Bollea did is a total different story, because that is two different people. You had the character of Hogan,
yes,
which everybody fell in love with.
Right.
And then you had Terry Bollea, who was questionable.
Sure.
So,
I agree with that in full.
And told a lot of fibs.
Oh, well,
But
he did that as Hogan too, man. He did that.
I'll tell you this. This is I'll give you another blasphemy. This one's not as bad as the Dusty Rhodes thing, but I'm convinced that Hulk Hogan or Terry Bollea, whoever the hell you want to call him, Mr. America, well, that's alleged. That was never confirmed. He passed the lie detector test. But actually, if you go watch his WrestleMania match with McMahon, Hulk's at WrestleMania 19 or whatever it is, low-key classic. Hulk's bleeding. You guys might actually like that. Should be something you guys do a watch along to. But WrestleMania 9 or whenever it was. I think it's always been the right call for him to never put over Bret Hart, because I've really come to despise Bret Hart, the person. He's so miserable. Right. Hold on. This dude, you know what he is? I'll put it this way. Bret Hart was great in the ring. He was solid on the mic. He was never world champion material in my mind. But I will say this. When he bitches about Goldberg and he bitches about everything and everybody, it's exhausting. You are miserable. Like, and he wants everybody to like kiss his ass. Like, fuck you, Hitman. I'm out.
Hold on, man. Hold on. No. All right. This is, I love you, country. I do, man. I think it's hilarious. But if you're the Hitman, dude, don't you think you deserve your ass to be kissed just a little bit?
Okay, so if you put the time frame together, and it doesn't necessarily apply to you as much because you grew up with Southern style wrestling. Throw away your Southern style wrestling, and you're doing it my view. See it my way. All I had was WWF. You got Hulk Hogan, this big monster, is supposed to job out to a guy who's average height, average size. He needs to. I still think that you have to have the look. I thought it was. I would even go even far as say, as I enjoyed the WrestleMania 9 ending. Don't care. Don't care.
No.
Screwed Bret. You screwed Bret, and then you put the belt on Hogan, and then Hogan drops it to somebody who's 10 times his weight. I don't believe that Hogan should have ever jobbed to certain people. Hogan should have never done the program with Kidman. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, he needs to be, when you're that big, I can't I can't stand, and it's for like champion. Even if it's for storylines and wrestling, it's got to be believable to me. And like, as I think people fault Hogan's wrestling style with the big boots and the rest holds, and you say that because Bret Hart can do all this extra stuff, but Hogan should have
Hold on.
never dropped to Bret, and I'm glad he didn't. But if Hogan would have dropped it to Austin, I'd believe it more. I know that sounds nuts, but like,
Oh man! All right. So here we are. Here we are. We're talking about Bret Hart, WrestleMania 9. Yokozuna beat Bret. Hogan beat Yokozuna. Hogan
Yep.
has the title.
yes,
Hogan walks away from WWF mid 1992.
he wins it at Mania and drops it at King of the Ring, and we don't see him ever again.
ever again. Right.
Not until he returns in 02 or whatever it was.
And that's to go film Thunder in Paradise.
Yeah, but anyway, so my thing about the whole thing about him not dropping it to Bret could have had 3 more years as champion to get over. So you're saying Bob Backlund is more of a champion than Bret the Hitman Hart?
No, but if you notice that Bob Backlund didn't drop the belt to Hogan. You see what I'm saying? Bob Backlund dropped it to the Sheik.
Yeah.
So you've got to, I thought it was the right call. There's certain things that I think that are unpopular like that, not because I'm trying to be a contrarian or difficult, but like the Mania 9 finish isn't the worst. It's a bad card, but that's not the worst finish. You screwed somebody. You've got a story from Mania 10 with the rematch, and Bret gets it back, so justice prevails. But I think when you're Hulk Hogan and you're that big of a draw, you should have a little bit of creative control, a little bit, not a lot like they gave him in WCW, but you should have a hand in saying, look, this is going to, hurt my style later or whatever. I should be losing it to somebody that can draw. And Yoko was a believable fat ass that would crush you, and that's what he did. And he had a good run. He was probably the next gen's best champion. Diesel had it too. Big guy. Beats Bob Backlund in 5 seconds. That's believable. Bret Hart, and then because of Bret Hart, the person, the sourpuss he is, god damn, I would, if I was a wrestler and I had to hear him bitch, I'd probably put him in a fucking crippler crossface myself.
So the very next year, Bret the Hitman Hart beat Yokozuna.
Yes, at Mania 10, because they had the Royal Rumble tie, and then they had the coin flip. So Luger wrestled Yoko first and got counted out, I believe. And then Bret came out in the main event because Bret had previously jobbed in the opener match against Owen.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the card, he beats Yoko, gets him in the sharpshooter, and beats him, and then everybody carries him out the ring, and then that's when they start the feud with Owen. But it just, I just think that there's a couple things that Hogan should get credit for, and I think that was a wise decision. I know that's grossly unpopular, and they think that's ego-driven, but it's also like, man, Bret Hart is an average-looking guy. The Rock is a big guy. He clean, like Hogan to his credit too later, cleanly loses to The Rock at Mania. Cleanly, he loses to Angle, taps out. Clean. It's a clean match. King of the Ring. Taps out. Bret Hart just, oh, man, maybe I'm just anti-Bret.
I'm not a big Bret fan either, so.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, damn, dude, you're fucking, God, go get laid. Like, he's, and I don't know if it's because he had the stroke, and I think that might have changed something in his brain, but every time I watch him on a shoot or something, he's bitching. He's just constantly fucking, the most ungrateful wrestler. I mean, it's just he's like a wrestler's wrestler, though. Like, the wrestlers like him because they respect his style a little bit, but the fans, Bret.
So I'm actually reading back through all these WrestleManias, 8, 9, 10, and I'm looking at 10, and there was so much bullshit there. Like the Falls Count Anywhere match between Macho Man and Crush.
That's Savage's last match in the WWF ever.
Yeah.
Crushes or Macho Man?
Savage. That's his last wrestling match for Vince McMahon.
That was a shame.
Then Macho Man went to commentary after that, right? He's like,
Yep. And then you've got, like, that was the first ladder match. Was at that pay-per-view with
At
Michaels and
WrestleMania
Ramon.
9. Yeah, Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels. It wasn't the first ladder match, but it was the first ladder match that changed the landscape of everything.
Right.
I'm gonna say I know people love the Hitman, but Jesus Christ, dude, put your penis in a woman, and you'll feel better.
Well, I mean,
Like,
think about it too, though, man. Think about it like this, man. I mean, seriously, think about it like this. You had one of the greatest of all time, and Bret the Hitman Hart. He's one of the best, if not the best, technical wrestler of all time.
Chris Benoit.
I'd take Kurt Angle over him.
Yes.
I'd take Kurt Angle over Bret.
I'd take Lesnar over Bret too.
No.
Well, Lesnar won the UFC Heavyweight Championship.
Not by technically wrestling, dude. He knocked people out.
Maybe that's just my style then. Come on, imagine this. The only like, if there's 2 dream matches that I've never got to see that I can recall, we never got to see Austin and Hogan, and we never got to see Bret versus Kurt. I think that would have been a clinic.
Mike Awesome was a fucking waste out the ECW. That's insane that they couldn't do nothing with him.
Yeah. Well, Bret was already injured by the time Angle started.
That's what I'm saying. It's a dream match.
Popular, so, yeah, we kind of missed out on that. But yeah, WWF. Even Steve Austin. I remember Steve Austin and Hogan were talking in an interview. They were surprised that they never did a match together. That didn't come about.
I mean, we saw Austin against Hogan, or Michaels against Hogan. You know, and then we've seen so many great matches, but it's just like with Bret, like I agree with the technical prowess, and he can do great matches. His match with Austin, I think, is the best wrestling match I've ever seen, ever. It's the best one, and he's in it. And they did the double turn on the worst WrestleMania card there is. That's the worst card. There's no 13? Other match on that card. Yes.
I don't know, man. I don't know. WrestleMania 12 was kind of jacked.
Nope. 12 at least.
WrestleMania 11. 11 was trash.
No, wait. I liked the first match was the Bulldogs, Luger and the Bulldog were in that tag match while it was Eli and Jacob Blue. 11's not good, but 13's worse.
Who wants their mail?
I don't know, man.
Oh man,
Josh,
dude, this right here, Undertaker defeating King Kong Bundy.
Airmail.
Yeah, that's not a good one either.
Owen Hart and Yokozuna beat the Smoking Guns, become new champions.
It's up there with the worst. But 13, look at the card for 13.
No, the main event was Lawrence Taylor, bro.
Yeah, but if you go back and watch that, that's a testament to Bam Bam carrying him.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Bam Bam made him look good, too.
Yep.
And the I Quit match between Bret Hart and Bob Backlund was good.
That was Survivor Series, though, wasn't it?
No, that was WrestleMania 11. That was the only match that was worth the shit on that card besides Diesel and Shawn, and that wasn't even a great match.
Well, 12 had one of the most legendary moments in wrestling history. Well, besides the Iron Man match. That was the Mania where Piper chased Goldust around in that gold Cadillac, and and Piper gets him in the ring and strips him down, and Goldust wearing a thong. And
did we watch that one?
No, it was before I met you, but it was funny. Go back and watch that now and see how that holds up today.
Oh no, man! You got some sore buttholes for that one.
But I got to get out of here, fellas. I got to go to bed. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime, bro.
I'm sure my Dusty Road stuff is really just like rubs y'all the wrong way, but
we still like you, bro.
A big old fat muffin top with a lisp. I ain't gonna buy it. And the only Dusty exposure I had was him with Sapphire. And I'm looking at this dude dressed like a retarded bumblebee in the ring. Like, Jesus Christ, get him out of here.
That was Vince trying to humiliate him.
Well, it worked because I didn't buy it. He's just a dark man. No. Sapphire. Ooh, Sapphire. Nope, not for me, brother. What you gonna do if you don't turn into Justin Paul Sports Brother? Every Friday night we do live streams, dude. This week we're previewing the Big Ten. We got Minnesota on the radar. We got Rutgers on. We got all kinds of stuff every Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern. What you gonna do? All right, dude. I'll see you.
All right, country. That is awesome.
Thank you,
I checked
jumping
it
on.
out. That was cool. That was awesome. Even though I don't agree with his whole take on Dusty, but everything else is it's hit and miss.
No, I kind of disagree with like up here. Maybe WWF was the main wrestling program, but it's not the only one we watch. I remember watching WCCW. I remember AWA coming on the air. I remember NWA and everything, and then that which led to the birth of WCW.
Yes.
So but it's like you said, it was the end of the territory days, right then and there. So, but like it's like I said, when I started getting into wrestling, it was between WrestleMania 1 and WrestleMania 2.
Yeah.
And that was because, like I said, Rocky 2, Mr. T, because he was an A team, and this wrestler appeared. I'm like, oh, let me go check this out. Oh, wait, I like this. Dun, 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 you know.
Wasn't he called something Thunder Lips?
Well, yeah. and Rocky 2, yeah, he was Thunder Lips.
Yeah.
Or three. My bad.
Yeah. But I mean, no, I mean Hogan, dude. I mean, he was bigger than life, man. He was bigger than life. Bama does suck. I'm not a big Bama fan.
Nice.
Only none of us are Bama fans. I'm a Notre Dame fan. I don't care about Bama. I hope y'all do good. I hope y'all lose every game. I do, man. I wish every team in the SEC could lose every single game. I know it's not gonna happen, but I wish. But no, but I know Jordan's a big LSU fan, and he's probably an Aints fan too.
I was a fan of Breezer Saints, but they did some politic and stuff that I didn't really approve of in the last couple of years of his run, when they glorified that. They tried to turn it into a race thing, but they glorified that guy with the name on his helmet. But then I saw the little girl that dude abused, and she asked the question to her parents, why are they treating the guy that did this to me like a hero? And I was like, that's sad. I was like, that's fucking sad. That was about the end of it for me. And Breeze played one more year. And I'm like, if the NFL, and then the kneeling for the flag and all that, I'm like, you're going to be that political, bro? I'm going to stick to college. But I'm pissed off with Brian Kelly and how he's running LSU, bro.
I mean, I'm glad y'all got him. I mean, I really am. We're doing great with Marcus Freeman, man. We got rid of him. I really love Brian Kelly. I'm not even going to front, dude. I like Brian Kelly whenever he was a coach of ours, but he screwed us big time. We tried to. So
that man don't know how to do SEC football. It's written. He has no clue about SEC football, how to play.
Neither does DeBoer either. The coach, the Bama coach, he really don't either. So and it is what it is, man. Hell, y'all got Oklahoma and Texas to deal with too now, which is Big 12.
Can't forget Georgia.
Georgia, Kirby ain't no joke, bro. Kirby ain't no joke. But no, man. So speaking of all these things that's going on, I did not know this, but did you know that match between LT and Bam Bam Bigelow also had Steve Mongo McMichael there?
I forgot about that.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Was it in his corner or something like that?
Yeah.
Did you remember DDP driving the pink Cadillac with Honky Tonk Man and
the Hammer Valentine?
Yeah, to the ring.
Yeah. It was called the Blue Suede Shoes.
By the way, my jambalaya was awesome. I just ate 2 bowls.
Yeah, we watched. You didn't even
we watched and salivated, man.
And you didn't offer us any. You notice that, John?
I did. I took a picture of the big bowl and I said, "Who wants airmail?"
We both said, "Yeah." And Jordan's like, I don't remember shit.
If I could ever marry y'all some, I would.
I know you would, brother. We appreciate it.
That way, just so y'all could eat that and go, oh my God, real food.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
no
shit,
shit.
dude. I mean, I eat real food all the time. It's just not real good food sometimes.
So, segue into our next segment. I guess we talked about Hogan enough, a lot. Oh well, also another. I guess you would say another legend passed away recently, and it's Ryan Sandberg from the Chicago Cubs,
Shortstop.
shortstop, second base actually,
Mhm.
and I just want to say this is like no, I am not. I haven't been a Cubs fan. When I watched baseball when I was a kid, I was more of a player fan. I would follow players and everything. So Ryan Sandberg was one of them, and he was watching Ryan Sandberg play was awesome, and it's like hearing the commentary from Harry Carey. If you never heard Harry Carey,
Rhino up to bat. Everybody look out. Rhino's here.
it was yeah, he literally was drunk live broadcasting.
And it's a strike one. And speaking of strikes, ladies and gentlemen, go.
But yeah, just big shout out to Rhino. So, but
One of the greatest.
Fuck
yeah.
people.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, like I said, Gen X is taking a big hit this past 2 weeks.
What you call Cosby family died. Malcolm Jamal Warner was his name.
Yeah.
The original singer before Paul Diano for Iron Maiden died yesterday or today. Somebody else, the guitar player for Golden Earring died, and I'm missing two other people.
There was some jazz player that passed away, along with the one and only Lord of Darkness himself, Ozzy.
Speaking of, are y'all gonna? The funeral service will be streamed tomorrow morning. It is live. It is live right now from Birmingham. They're showing the bench with all the tributes, but they're going to be showing his service tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and they're going to be having music too.
Yeah, I'll be at work when that's going on. So
It
won't hit. It hit New York at 8:00, which is about 7:00 my time, our time. So
yeah. But I will say this too, man. Like everybody that's passing away, it seems like come out of the blue. Hogan, cardiac arrest.
Ozzy was Parkinson's.
Yeah, Ozzy was Parkinson's. Which that leads me to another person that has Parkinson's, and that's Michael J. Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I got to see him. I got to see him from a distance, man. And yeah,
he's your age, I think. Josh, a little bit older than you, not much older.
no, he's older than me. I mean, shoot, I was young teen when Back to the Future came out. When did Back to the Future come out?
Oh, 86 or 87.
86, because 88 was Back to the Future 2, and then 90 was 3.
Okay,
and 2 was my favorite.
Depending on when Back to the Future came out, I was about 10, turning 11.
Well, and I'm younger than the two of y'all, and what you call is younger than me.
That feels younger than you, yeah.
So I'm gonna say Michael J. Fox maybe got like an extra.
I'm Googling him. Hold on. Well, it depends. I guess let's see how much Michael Fox ever smoked and drank before he had it. Versus Ozzy was on everything.
Oh, well, he was born in 61, so yeah, he is a little bit older than you, Josh, by 9 years.
Yeah, 61.
Yeah.
If he was born in 61, he's about like.
Man, you know you were born in 71. Quit playing.
I was born in 75.
I mean, if you look at movies back then, the majority of 20 years old and up was the average kid actor back then. So Michael J. Fox was, what, not 25 yet when he did Back to the Future 1?
I'm trying to check it now.
So, that sounds about right.
He's playing a young teenager, but he's probably like 22, 23.
In 81, whenever he was doing, well, 80, he was 19 years old doing Midnight Madness. And then the class of 1984 credited, that was done in 1982, so he was 22.
Yeah, there you go. He was like 26 years old.
Playing a teenager.
Yeah, 22, playing teenager.
Yeah. Wasn't he in Teen Wolf as well? The basketball movie where he turns
Yeah,
into.
the first one. Yeah, and then the second one was Jason Bateman. So yeah, 85 to 90 was the Back to the Future.
But Michael J. Fox didn't party like Ozzy. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
but it's like he had to have Parkinson's a long time because he had the shakes for a long time. Ozzy did. You know he did. But he just never got diagnosed.
Well, it was hard because Ozzy was always on shit and moving around jittery. Then he had dyslexia. I mean, which they didn't realize for years. He had just so much stuff. So it was weird, but you know.
But yeah. So
Ginga says that Michael J. Fox was also on Family Ties.
Yes.
and that's how you got the role of Back to the Future. So
Yes. And if you Gingas, if you're just joining, you just missed my lovely jambalaya. I just finished cooking and I ate 2 bowls live.
And he also was in that movie Doc Hollywood too.
Yep.
With a giant pig.
So,
And there's a couple other ones he was in too. So,
but yeah, like I said, we taking a big hit this past couple of weeks. So
yeah, it ain't over yet, dude. I hate to say it, but it ain't over. This year is only halfway over.
oh Jesus. But anyways, let's get to.
Yes, I was hoping you didn't do without me.
No, I was waiting for you.
Yeah, right. But I'll take it.
We're waiting for Phil too. Guess his Pepto didn't kick in.
He might have. If he's not watching online, he's not on the show, but he's not watching, bro. He's probably trying to sleep at all.
No, I didn't open this yet, so I only know one thing in this box that was already spoiled. So
What is it? What is
that? A T-shirt that was spoiled. So,
Oh.
I don't know if you want to supersize me.
I got you. Hold on a sec.
Do it. That way we can watch it in glory.
All
There
right.
we go.
All right, here we go.
Do your thing, brother.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
All right.
You just ain't that pretty.
So we got the
Spoiler card.
Okay. So,
So where's my shirt?
right on top, we got the first T-shirt.
Is that my shirt?
No, and I already know that this one was spoiled already, and this is mine.
Let's see what it is.
Wow. King of the Death Match. Cactus Sack and
Oh shit. That's a nice shirt.
Yeah.
That's
I was
nice.
spoiled, Mick Foley spoiled this one. Oh man, yeah.
That would make me want to buy the box. I don't blame him for spoiling that.
Yeah. That's actually what made me want to buy this.
There
Because
you
I
go.
remember I had the video cassette of this. I don't have it anymore. And I wish I could find it. Hopefully I could find somebody that got a copy of it and make a DVD copy of it. But man, that tournament was insane. So there's another shirt here. I'll hold off on that. We got
Coin.
a coin. It's a coin pin. And it's Okada.
Oh, the Rainmaker. That makes sense.
So
That's pretty cool.
and I know that I think they have a chase version of this, but this is obviously not it. All right, let's see what else they could find in here. They got a micro brawler,
Who we get?
Paul Walker Hauser.
Oh, Paul Walter Hauser. Yeah, he's good.
What company, Mike?
MLW.
Okay.
He also wrestled for Wrestling Revolver as well. He also starred in the show
Cobra
Cobra
Kai.
Kai.
Yeah. So there's that. Let's see what else we dig in here. Something scrunched up in the bag here. Hold on. I have to cut this one.
Hold on. Hey, before you cut it, why don't you read the card?
No, that's the thing. I don't want to read the card afterward.
Well,
I'll read the card later.
read the card before you open it.
There is no card.
He wants to be surprised. Let him open it and be surprised.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear God. Anyway, it's your toys. You can play with them how you want to.
Oof. Smells like a new tire. What the hell is this? Man, this thing is like deep.
Oh shit! It's the box for fucking Hellraiser. Look out!
Oh, it's the Fiend thing. It looks like that the Fiend
Okay.
mask.
It's a foam finger.
Let's. Oh, who I wonder.
It is too sweet.
Oh, that's dual purpose. You could go NWO or Bullet Club there.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Might keep that on the desk right here.
That's kind of neat.
It smells like a new tire. That's what it smells like.
Smells like rubber.
Yeah.
There's some
All
oil
right.
product in there.
Here's next t-shirt.
Oh, it's like a Young Bucks.
Yep.
Yep.
I was gonna say I'm surprised they didn't insist they be on the other side of Okada's coin, but now we know why.
Yeah, they had to have that terrible T-shirt.
Yeah, this one's not a money grabber right there.
Yeah, send that to Mike.
No, send that to Mike. I'll give that to a woman. I don't want that.
Next thing is in here. There's a lot of shit.
Should be a pin or something.
We already did the pin.
Oh,
What is that?
Private party bottle opener.
No, they can keep that.
Yeah.
hey, a bottle opener is a bottle opener. I'm not gonna dispute that.
I think I'll throw this one in my toolbox.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're in the fishing box. There you go.
Okay. Next thing is
You got to chase.
no! I got an awesome. I'm hanging this. This is going to display to my.
Oh
Never
yeah, I
seen the
forgot about the
Death Note?
posters. Oh, they gave the poster too.
Yes.
Yeah, I would frame that.
Yeah. This one's definitely getting framed and hanging in the hallway.
Yeah, and see if you can. Well, you can't get Terry Funk, but you might be able to get Mick Foley to sign it.
You know what? And he's coming to town next. He's coming to my area next week.
Bro, I would get him to sign that sucker.
Oh fuck yes!
He would, and you know he'll do it right here in Chicago.
Well, actually, it's Hobart, Indiana. He's coming to.
He'll do it right here in Hobart, Indiana.
So yes,
Bang!
definitely getting that sign. And the last thing in the box is the autograph.
Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is
And the
it?
winner is. I haven't seen a.
Okay,
I haven't seen a woman in this box. There we go. I was gonna say I hadn't seen a woman in the box.
Indy Hartwell.
Indy.
Indy Hartwell.
There you go.
Nice. That's pretty good.
Yeah, you usually got to have at least one piece of memorabilia from a lady in there.
Oh yeah. Then okay, so spoiler card. Let's see, other side is spoilers. The next crate includes mask and paint. So you might want to get this Jordan Fusion Thunder Liger, Sting, Danhausen, Vampiro, Dusty Rhodes.
Oh,
and,
shit.
And a special item from Pro Wrestling Tee and more.
Well, damn, they got three names I like in the box.
Yeah.
So that's the next box. So okay, in this crate,
American Dream, baby.
we got the Cactus Jack versus Terry Funk 30th anniversary T-shirt and / poster as well. Burning Money Young Bucks t-shirts. Paul Walker Hausen Micro Brawler. Okada enamel pin. Indy Hartwell autograph. Private Party drinking coaster / bottle opener. Too Sweet foam figure. And yeah, and that's it.
Damn.
So,
How much is that box?
I think I paid $55 for it.
Wow.
I mean, hell, just this shirt alone.
I was gonna say I used to watch some people do the Pro Wrestling Tees box a few years ago, and they would say, if you got 2 decent T-shirts made of good quality, you pretty much get your money back right there.
Yeah, I mean, this shirt alone. I mean, if you would see this in stores, like at events, if you saw this at an event, I guarantee this is about to be a $45 T-shirt,
$30 to $40 T-shirt. Yeah,
yeah,
by itself,
so,
plus the other T-shirt. I give you. I mean, you get your money's worth for $55. I mean, you do.
hell, like this right here. I'm like, I actually just. I wish I could find, man, if somebody could hook me up with a copy of this on DVD, man. I was like, I wish I could find
I don't have the barbed wire match recorded. I've seen it, and over the years, people have shared it on YouTube. The quality gets worse and worse.
Yeah,
It does,
I mean, the only copy of it I got. Hold on. The only copy of it I got is this right here. ICP Stranglemania.
You don't have a tape to DVD machine?
I mean, I could get that. I could do that, but this one is just more of a ICP commentating over the events.
Okay. So it's not the whole match clean with Joey Styles and every. All right.
Yeah. So yeah, I had the tape. I had it.
Well, what'd you do with it?
It was 4 hours long. Just moving around. Actually, what was it? I don't know if you were on that day when I busted out all my VHS tapes, and like you got to be careful. Like VHS tape collecting is very popular right now, but you also got to be wary. There's a lot of tape rot out there.
Mm-hmm.
So, like right now, I found probably one of the last surviving porn tapes that I had, but it's a big one. It's no pun intended on this one. It's the Pamela and Tommy Lee tape.
You own that?
Yes, I got it. So I still got it. I don't have the case. I had the case, and I don't know what happened to it, but I still got the tape.
Wow, man.
Yeah. So, but yeah, the actual tournament, it was big because.
Whoa! Justin says, Josh, I actually got the DVD. So wait, Justin Paul Sports has it, dude.
Yeah, Country has the DVD.
Oh, man, you got to burn me a copy, man. You got to burn a copy for me, and mail it to me. My birthday's coming up.
It's my birthday, y'all. What y'all gonna get for my birthday? What y'all gonna give me?
Yeah, but I remember the actual event was about a good 4 hours long, and there was at least a bunch of death match. Nice. A bunch of death matches, a couple tag team matches, one tag team from Mexico. Actually, that wrestlers that were featured in WCW. Remember Terry Bam Bam Gordy was in his death match.
Yeah.
So, and 2 Japanese guys, I can't remember their names, but man, they messed each other up really good. But yeah, this is the only copy I got of it. But Country says he got it on DVD, man. Burn it.
Could have very well been Taka Michinoku back in that day in ECW, and possibly even Tajiri.
No, it was not them. I believe this was the XPW.
They didn't really. Wait, we're talking about an ECW show here?
No, no. This was not XPW.
Extreme Professional Wrestling, XPW Raw Black shit.
No. Okay, wrong one. No, the Japanese one that did all the death match.
FMW.
Frontier Martial Arts Wrestling.
All right,
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the barbed wire match with Terry Funk and Mick Foley, but no, FMW was. They just brought it back. FMW.
No, what I believe is FMW hosted this because they even had the exploding ring and everything.
Yes, they did. That they pioneered. They used to. Their tapes were massive in the 90s for being traded, big time. That's where Mike Awesome came from. That's Onita's company. I mean, there's a lot of shit with a lot of those matches. ICP Clown Over are from FMW.
Yeah.
All right. Country just said, check my phone. I thought you were going to bed.
Liar.
Oh.
Ginga said it. Cactus Sack. Yeah, you're right.
Cactus
Sack versus Lama Numa Nami.
Cactus Sack versus Lama Nama Numi. That's the actual. Damn. Okay, so let me see. It was Ganosuke versus Tiger Jeet Singh. Terry Funk versus Leatherface. I forgot about Leatherface.
Yeah.
Terry Gordy versus Cactus Jack. Hishiro Ono versus Shoji Naka. I guess that's how we got the Lama Nama Numi. Naka Maki. Okay. Flying Kid and Chara versus Tashina Okano.
You're butchering some names, bro.
Yeah.
Onita's probably the main event.
Iceman versus Kamiziri. Terry Funk versus Tiger Jeet Singh. Cactus Jack versus Lama Namanui, because I can't pronounce this guy's name. Now here's El Texano and Silver King versus the Headhunters.
Your boy just said Silver King was on that card.
Yeah, that's the guys from Mexico that I was talking about, and he was always on WCW too, as well.
Yeah, he was one of the only luchadors with no mask.
Oh, and
Silver King.
Dan Severin versus Tarzan Goto.
Well, damn.
So, but the main event was the last of the death match was Terry Funk versus Cactus Jack in an exploding ring.
I've seen that ICP one.
But yeah,
That might have been. I think that might have been the main event of Stranglemania 1. I could be wrong.
It is.
Yeah.
Stranglemania, the big 20-man $50 pot battle royal. And then Stranglemania 2 was even funnier. They keep showing the clips. They pretend it's from the 1800s, and then the dude's the Wolfman, and
Yeah, they introduced Twisted in there too.
Yeah, and they had the best ones when they had the women fighting, and she drops on her neck, and Onita's at the ring, and let's check her old man out. He's all crying. They're like, this sweet baby bitch is crying at the sweet bitch ass. They got Onita crying at the ring.
You don't need to announce that to the world, country.
What do you do?
I have to look. Oh.
Hey, I may be 50, but I'm still prettier than all y'all.
That's a matter of opinion, right there. But anyway.
So shoot, yeah. But so that's the box. And definitely, yeah. I think I'm gonna have to go pick up Mick Foley tickets, and I'm definitely gonna have to get this signed.
Yeah, it's shame you couldn't have caught Terry a few years ago, but
You know what? I got a Terry Funk autograph too. I met him.
Man, you quit showing off, bro. Just quit showing
man,
off.
Josh, you know what you could do besides getting Foley to autograph that poster. You should get get Mick to autograph that. You should bring the Terry Funk autograph, have Mick sign that or put some, and then you could frame the autographs with the poster.
The autograph I got at Terry Funk is on a program. So yeah, I probably can.
If the nicer you build a set, the more it's worth. Just imagine if you had the T-shirt folded in, with the poster, with the fucking autographs, with the program. I mean, yeah, that's a collectible, bro. And then you put that under that. You go to Hobby Lobby and get that glass thing. The lobby of Hobby.
Yeah, I definitely could do that because like I said, he came and did a local promotion over at the Hammond Civic Center, and I actually got to meet him and his wife. So they always traveled together. So he was an awesome dude, awesome dude to meet. So
Terry Funk,
very bloody in the match.
Terry Funk,
yeah.
Hey, this is my wife. How y'all doing out here? Hey,
Yeah,
Dustin, I've got your little brother. He's a chicken. Too sweet.
Too sweet.
You should threw that up when my jambalaya was made.
Anyway, gentlemen.
So if
so midnight.
Yeah, I could do that, and also I can make a copy of it too because I got the program to do that. So yeah.
Well, gentlemen, y'all want to call it, or y'all? Oh, I forgot. Jordan, you have something to unveil.
You got some stuff too, don't you?
Oh, y'all want me to do that?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I only have my first order. The 4 that I got 4 albums that came in. The 9 are not coming in until the 2nd of next month, and I'm on my other 2 orders are going to be. Everything's 2 weeks behind. I've been bought shit for 4 weeks, and I've got 1 so far. So if y'all want me to do that, I could get them.
Get them.
All right.
Get them now.
Twist your arm a little. Twist his arm a little, man.
Yeah, country. Yeah, I'll send you my address. Just mail it up to me. I know he's gonna be up here next, like Wednesday or Thursday, something like that.
He's getting stuff. He's showing the world his what do I call it? His hobby. I call it a hobby. I think it's a really cool hobby, actually.
Yeah. Look at all this other hobby I got right here. So,
I mean, dude, you got wrestling memorabilia to last a lifetime, dude.
Oh yeah. Damn, what is up with this camera?
It's like the blind you, dude. You're bright, bro. You're like shining like a diamond.
I know.
You're glowing. Hey, you got that pregnancy glow. You pregnant?
What the fuck? No. I gotta find like a different spot to like do the show because I want to host from like over there where I got like
everything.
I got a nice little setup over right over there
somewhere.
About all my collectible. Some of my collectibles right there, but it's a cool little setup.
Over here, you got nothing but comics and wrestling memorabilia.
Yeah, this one I got actually got wrestling, music,
comics,
Funko Pops, Flash Gordon VHS tapes,
Flash,
Hey, that's one of my top 10s right there, man. I don't give a fuck.
Flash.
Yeah, my basement's kind of a mess right now. So
Clean your basement, man.
That's true. Y'all live up there. Y'all got basements.
I
yeah.
don't even know what the fucking basement is now.
And
Yeah.
Did you get a bomb shelter? When did you get a bomb shelter?
If you got that shit down here, it's either A, an old school wine alcohol illegal cellar, or B, it's either way, it's flooded.
It's a bomb shelter.
Well,
You got one of them
hey,
World
we
War
all
shelters?
can't live on stilts. All right.
All right. I don't know how happy y'all gonna be about what I got or didn't get, but I mean, all right,
Let's
first
see.
on the list, let's see what we got here. We got this is an old school OG, around 79 pressing. I've got the greatest Southern rock album ever, Blackfoot Strikes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the real one from back then. It's used in great shape, nothing wrong with it. I scored that for, I think I talked him out of $20 out of that, which this shit goes stupid now. Then I just was listening to this, so I don't even have the disc. Oh, these are just basic black discs, by the way, so far. Then I grabbed this little lovely thing right here.
Ooh, nice. There's a good one.
Yeah, and it has that gloss to it. Actually, they claim this was used. This is like in eat off of it condition. You can see how shiny it is.
That's shiny.
And it even has the insert.
Nice.
You know, both sides. It feels like no one ever touched it. To be honest with you, it feels like no one. The rest of everything is.
What I really love about
they bought it, played it once, and then put it away.
You know what I really
if that.
You know what I really love about the White Zombie stuff? All that is Rob Zombie's artwork.
Oh yeah.
That's what I love about it, dude. That to me is so cool.
All right, next we're gonna have to do this. All right, now we're getting into some more classic stuff. All right. So for years, even before the vinyl boom took off, I got jumped on early, and I looked forever. I wanted an old school version of this because this had never been repressed. I looked and I looked. I was like, any condition. I could not find one. Couldn't even find one on eBay used at the time. I'm on the auction. Your boy's flipping through stuff. He says, this is sticker price, non-negotiable. And he called up the name, and before I even heard the price, I named the band. And he was like, $40. I'm like, yeah, I'm still going to take it. This is a 2-disc picture. These are not a picture disc, but these discs have some artwork on them. This is remixed by Joe Barresi. This is a 2-vinyl version of Holy Diver in mint condition. This is mint, all the artwork, everything. I just listened to this today. All of the albums have them counting off and talking to every song has them talking to each other, not cut off like the original. It has them counting in the songs. None of these songs fade out like the originals. They let them play to the end and all of that. All of that's included. I think it's in 180 or 200 gram record. My White Zombie was quiet compared to this album, and this came out in what, 83? Yeah, I believe this came out in 83.
Yeah,
but yeah, right. If I open it up, yeah, I'll see if I can show y'all. Well, first of all, it's gorgeous. It feels brand new. I mean, it is technically brand new, but I mean, it's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And if I flip it around, y'all can see the classic cover the way it was meant to be seen. And they included these little black sleeves you put them in, but they also gave me the nice clear ones. So I have them in there. But what I really want to show y'all is the design on here, which they do this now. This is common, but I think they were trying to mimic the water on the album. And it gives you this marble finish. But if I can get it to show on here, I don't know how well y'all can be able to see, but it's like it's like a grainy kind of swirl.
Mm-hmm. Like a marble look.
Yeah. Now there's 2 discs. On the side of this disc, this side does not play. I don't think y'all can be able to see it, but it's got your boy with the chain and Dio written down here. This side doesn't play. It's just artwork.
Yeah, I see it a little bit.
Yeah. It's hard. It's very hard to see. But anyway,
I was still
yeah.
trying to play it.
But for $40 for that mint, I would have probably had to pay 50 for a mall with black colored vinyl beat up. So I was like, yeah, I'm very happy with that. And of course, I left one thing left. Y'all wondering what could beat that, huh? Anybody want
Ozzy,
to? Close, close. I
Black
did not.
Sabbath.
No. Didn't do that. But I will tell you, the next week I was on the auction and they never repressed it. I had Ozzy and Randy live. It's never been repressed. I backed out the auction at 65. Your boy got it for about 80 or 90. Then I looked online. The used ones sell well over 100 sealed. They sell anywhere from 300 up. Yeah, so I wish I'd have kept bidding for that because that was an OG. They never repressed that. I have right here in my hand. I have to read the notes. It's the first auction I ever won. I got this started at $15 and they were going 60. I went 25 and everybody backed out. This is a 1975 U.S. Monarch. That means it was pressed by Monarch. With the insert, VGT, $15 start, in pretty good condition. This is a OG Zeppelin physical graffiti with the insert and everything working.
Nice.
It has everything included. The cardboard's a little, but that's VG condition. But the cardboard's a little worn. But I have both sleeves for it. I have the paper insert, the double album, the card slides with the letters, all of that shit. And I had to do a little cleaning. They play fine. One or two little pops, I clean that out. It's fine. But yeah, 25 off of that.
Nice.
So I have other stuff coming with that. I work some deals out and some other stuff that I paid an arm and a leg for come, as well as bootlegs, Japanese stuff, box sets, and more coming in the weeks. So stay tuned, fuckers.
Country said, good luck trying to find Machine Head's The Blackening on vinyl. Ooh, that's
They had it the other night on Thursday Night Metal. And tell him they had the one album they did in all analog, The Burning Red, was on vinyl, brand new, selling on there too. They do all types of music, everything. Thursday nights are metal auctions, but they do everything every night. And I buy shit because I buy shit. I have a sickness.
It's a hobby, dude. It ain't a sickness. It's a hobby.
You're damn right. It's a hobby, and it's mine. All mine.
It's all mine. It's all mine.
What's mine is mine.
Yes, and what's yours is mine too.
All right, gentlemen. Y'all ready to call it a night, gentlemen?
I'm ready to pick up this album. Which is actually feels. I had to go soak my hands because these feel brand. Not the Zeppelin because it's a little aged. But this is the White Zombie, dude. This is eat off of condition. It feels like it comes right out the damn store.
Damn.
Like the cardboard feels like they printed it, dried it, and it's mine.
Damn.
Yeah. I could not talk them down on the deal. I was able to talk them down on the other two, but and the Zeppelin was an auction. But yeah, the deal I paid the full 40 for. But like I said, with a bonus track, all remastered and sounds gorgeous and loud on nice thick colored vinyls. I am not crying about that one bit.
I hear you. You ready to call it a night, gentlemen?
Yeah, let's do it.
I think so.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are not watching Ringside Rants, or if you're not paying attention to what the fuck we're talking about and what we're about,
you're doing life wrong.
Right. Phil, at least he was here, you fucker. Anyway, we're not just food to eat, ladies and gentlemen. We're also
food for the ears, baby.
Fucking right. Put us on your damn podcast listening devices or your TV lookity box. Go to sleep listening to your favorite 3 to 4 people, 5 people sometimes, maybe even 6 and once and occasionally. And we'll put you to sleep. Or if you get your pep up during the day or whatever time you listen to us. But yeah, that's about it. And Jordan, you gonna end us out here, bro?
Well, while Mike talks about whether y'all want to watch us or go to sleep, remember, you could be sleeping and you could be awake. But what's mine is mine, and what's yours is mine too.
Right on, man. And I do appreciate everybody being here tonight and watching us and not participating and whatever. Give a shout out to Big Country and a shout out to Genghis And a shout out to Monica. So yeah, thank y'all for being here. We do appreciate it a whole
One
lot.
day we're gonna have to get Genghis on the show so I can harass him on live on the air.
Hey, you hear that, dude? So whenever you get available, next Tuesday night, we go live at 9:30. So
Ish.
yeah, yeah. It's like WWE and AEW. Its card is subject to change, and I like how you want to end it out there, country. What you gonna do, brothers, when Ringside Rants comes for you? I think we just lost Jordan.
Oh no, we lost Jordan.
Anyway, you got any fun facts?
Yes. This delicious new snack called Uncrustables is.
That is not a new snack. Don't even play that game.
I hit the
Anybody
extra.
got any fun fact? Fun fact? Anybody got a fun fact?
Good night, people.
That is not a fun fact.
His jambalaya was delicious, and we could smell
That
it.
is not a fun fact. Come on.
Now I was getting ready to say a fun fact is my jambalaya was damn good, and you couldn't try it, Mike.
You know what? The hell